Good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network Friday Night Lights game of the week tonight. We are here at Richard Dick Blake Stadium for the number 9 state-ranked Cocoa Tigers as they will take on and host state-ranked number 20, the Miami-Norland Vikings. And I have crashed the party tonight of the two broadcasters here tonight. So it's a 3-man booth tonight. I thought I was going to be at Spruce Creek tonight with Veer, but that didn't work out. So I am jumping in the booth tonight with Jackson Robb and Logan Pettit. And tonight's game is brought to you by Tails at the Barkery. Gamerz are us. Of course, Natwick Insurance, as well as Zone 6. Reaper 7v7. And throughout the course of the game tonight, me and Logan are going to tell you just how great Tails at the Barkery is, located in historic Cocoa Village. And, of course, Gamerz are us. So grateful to Seth for actually today re-up for another year with Brevard Sports Network. So we couldn't be happier to have Gamerz are us back in the fold. All right, so tonight what we have are the Cocoa Tigers back on the football field for the first time since scoring 50 points and losing to Venice. And so often you'll hear us discuss on the post-game shows that Cocoa doesn't have that signature win. Well, Jackson, first of all, their offense is something we don't feel can be stopped by anybody. Norland, Venice, nobody. But they still don't have that signature win. And this is pretty much the last chance to go get that staple win tonight. What is it about this Cocoa offense that makes you and I believe that it can't be stopped? And if it is to be stopped tonight, how will Miami-Norland do it?
Yeah, I mean, the reason this offense is so powerful is the connection you have between two of the best players out right in Brevard County. As we'll have the national anthem, I'll tell you more about those two players.
All right, so the national anthem is going to take place, and then Jackson will continue his thought. All right, a great rendition of the national anthem as the Miami-Norland Vikings and the Cocoa Tigers get set to take the field. And Jackson, as you were saying about this, what makes this Cocoa Tiger offense so special? And if Miami-Norland was to stop them tonight, how would they do it? Start with the Tiger offense first.
Yeah, I mean, the Tiger offense is anchored by the 4-star Brady Hart. But Hart and Boggs, that connection, unbelievable. And it's at such a high level that I can't see a way to stop it, how to cut off. Boggs has 850 yards in 5 games. Brady has thrown for over 1,700 yards in 5 games, and that passing attack just has so many weapons. Javen Boggs, of course, but also D.L. Hardison and Nicky Teeter as well. So if you can lock off Boggs, this offense doesn't really slow down. They have other options to throw to. When it comes to shutting down this offense, if you're Norland, if that is even a possibility, I think it's somehow, some way shutting down the passing attack, forcing Coco to try and open up the run. And it's not that Tristan Lane's a bad running back. It's just that's not the game plan this team lives and dies by, is not running the football. So if Norland can somehow lock down those top-tier receivers, that's the only way I can see you stopping this offense, because stopping the run doesn't stop them. Bringing pressure doesn't really stop Brady Hart either. It's really just if they can somehow neutralize the passing attack and force them to change their game plan, that's where I could see this offense sputtering.
The Cocoa Tigers scoring nearly 40 points a game, 196 points in 5 games, and allowing 111. And Jackson, you mentioned that rushing attack. The Tigers have rushed for just 341 yards in 5 games this season. Logan, the reason we believe that the Cocoa Tigers do not have that signature win is because as hard as it's been to stop their offense this season, their defense is having a difficult time stopping the big runs up the middle and the big pass plays down the sidelines. What do you see with this Cocoa Tiger defense, and how would you have approached repairing what needed to be fixed over the last 2 weeks?
Well, in my opinion, I believe they've replaced 6 of their starting front 7 from last year, with Hilson being the only one returning, as well as, that includes 2 starting linebackers, that there are 3 starting linebackers. That takes a toll on a defense. That's your lifeblood of your defense. And when it comes to stopping the run, you want guys that are familiar within the scheme to know, what the standard is when it comes to stopping the run. A lot of those passes that they give up in the secondary, they got a 4-star pass rusher, but he's not the only guy that can generate pressure. You double him, it makes it more challenging. So I think it's really boiling down to just kind of finding those right pieces in that front 7, getting them to meld together, and maybe some better communication in the back end. But as how you fix it, at this point, you scheduled tough. You scheduled good offenses. That's the best way for a newer defense to cut its teeth. I think you just stick within the scheme. You keep playing your game. And, you ride with the guys you got, and eventually it's going to come clicking together, because these are still high-level athletes despite being new to this defense.
Yep, there's no doubt about that as Coco takes the field. Your captains for tonight, DJ Bryant, Javen Boggs, Javian Hilson, and Nicky Teeter. It's 1-2, 58 and 17 for Norland. That's Daryl Desir, Mandrell Desir, and Jackson. Those are the twin defensive ends that we're going to see a lot of tonight. Number 57 is Khalil Stevenson, and number 17 is Enio Yapor, who is the quarterback that everybody's talking about in these parts, Jackson, that's going to go toe-to-toe with Brady Hart tonight. And I got to be honest with you, last week, a hell of a game last week, and I'm looking forward to seeing these two. A lot of people think this is going to be the over and under on this thing's 100 points. It could be with the capabilities of these two guys.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a quarterback duel. Yapor's a 3-star from this class, still undecided, but he's got plenty of offers that range. Currently sitting with from D1 FBS, Akron, Colorado, FAU, Houston, UMass, Ole Miss, Temple, Toledo, and Western Michigan. So he'll be going somewhere notable by the end of this season. Obviously, Brady Hart committed to Michigan, but going down to the field pregame, Yapor is a big quarterback. He's got some size to him. He definitely is going to have some good pocket presence, throwing for 350 yards last week in a win over Archbishop McCarthy. He's been big in the games that they've needed him to be. He's one of, from what I gathered online, one of the some of the most passing yards in recent Dade County history. So Yapor has been around Dade County. He's made his mark now up here in Brevard, trying to do the same against the Cocoa Tiger team that's top 10 in the state.
Want to say hello to DJ Williams. Thanks for the update and letting us know about the stream. Super clear. That's good to hear. Want to say hello to Wendy. Let's go Cocoa Tiger football. Samadre Hawkins watching tonight. What's up, Samadre? We were just talking about how badly we felt like this defense has missed you, certainly to this point, as Miami-Norland takes the field. Smoke and all, that'll sit right here in Cocoa for the next 3.5 hours. So we watch. There goes your clear stream. Miami-Norland. I wonder what time they had to leave today, because it took us 40 minutes to get here from, one exit south of Vieira.
Yeah, this Miami team, this is the first team since 2016 from Dade County to play here in the jungle since it was Booker T. Washington in the state semifinals. So it's been a little while since we've seen someone from, the 305 come up to Brevard and play at Cocoa. And, it's going to be interesting tonight. This is a good Norland football team. And right now for Cocoa, the last time I saw them personally live was up in Daytona. There's a lot different mood around the program then versus now. It's not bad now, but, there's more questions than we had then. That win over Mainland at one point seemed like they were unstoppable.
Right.
And that Mainland team has since now is the worst team they've played all year, which sounds crazy to say, but it is. So now they come back here against a very, very good Miami-Norland team, a state runner-up Miami-Norland team that went undefeated up until the state championship and lost by 8 to Berkeley Prep.
Ryan Schneider in his 7th season, the head coach for the Cocoa Tigers, 67-17, and Daryl Heidelberg in his 16th season, 111-65, and as Jackson alluded to, a 2M state runner-up last year, actually had an unbeaten season about 10 years ago. I think they were 14-0 in that season, was Miami-Norland. All right, Jackson, Cocoa's getting the ball here to start. If it's me, I really try to establish some sort of a running attack. What are you going to do offensively on the first play of this game?
Yeah, I like the idea of getting them to bite on the run there, but all things considered, I think a play action is going to be what they're looking for here, and you always got to watch out for the hitch, some sort of comeback route to the outside when you're looking at Cocoa, and that's what I'm expecting, some sort of play action.
So now we know what Jackson learned today on the field, and that's the benefit of going down, if indeed Coach even gave him anything. Jackson, listen, this is Jackson's team, man, right, Logan?
I would agree, yeah.
From day one, it has been Miami-Norland or Cocoa. And I said to him, I'll never forget, I said, Jackson, what game do you want this year? Miami-Norland.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. And Jackson, take it away.
As it will be Norland kicking off to get things started here. And it looks like it is number 33 getting things underway with the boot for Norland. And it's a short kick, bounce, and returnable for Cocoa. Turning upfield, good return across the 35. There will be a face mask, I believe, or some flag coming into the near side off the return by Chris Kelly. And there's a flag down at the 40.
Did we fail to mention the white hat tonight is, look, I love the guy, Larry Torch here, but we'll be here a while tonight, huh, Logan?
We're getting started early, Alan.
And it is a face mask. The call on Norland there, as you saw Kelly slip out of that tackle, grabbed it up a little too high on the face mask, and that'll give Cocoa even more yardage off of a solid kickoff return there off the boot by number 30, Miguel Jazan. So Cocoa will line up 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. 2 safeties set up over the top for Norland. And they're going to have to guard downfield tonight, obviously. Going to be keeping a keen eye on Javen Boggs and company. Cocoa with a bunch set on 1st down. It will be a play fake. Hart looking upfield on the hitch route. It's caught over the middle. Boggs already breaks the tackle. Across midfield up to the Norland 35-yard line. And just as they drew it up, it's Boggs, 1st down Cocoa.
Well, congratulations.
When
you turn 21, I owe you an adult beverage.
What did he say, play action hitch?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
It'll be 1st down and 10. Cocoa to the Norland 35 off the reception by Boggs. Hart turns and hands off on 1st down, trying to get to the outside. Norland is all over it, and we'll see where forward progress gets him because Tristan Lane didn't get far at all. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Logan, let me ask you this. Javen Boggs is going to get the ball. You know he's going to stop, turn, cut, and go to the outside. Why can't anybody stop it?
Well, he does a great job of finding soft spots in the zone. They were in a 2-high shell there, which I assume they're sitting in cover 2, and just found a spot where there wasn't a defender, and he's so shifty that you gotta wrap him up, and when he gets himself in space, it makes it very difficult to do that.
It is 2nd down and 10. Cocoa at the Norland 35. The scoreboard not working tonight. Don't know how much time. Hart throws down the seam. Wide open, Nicky Teeter. And he'll get dropped down to the 12-yard line. A gain of 23 yards and another Cocoa 1st down inside the Gamerz R Us red zone. And the Tigers offense continues to hum. That was Zach Pillow, not Nicky Teeter. Still right down the seam for a Cocoa 1st down.
This is exactly why we say this is the best offense in the state. It is unstoppable when it is rolling, and this team had a bye week.
5 wide for Hart, empty set on 1st down. At the Norland 12, Lane will motion into the backfield. Still 2 safeties for Norland. Handoff right up the middle to Latristan Lane. He'll get a yard or 2 on 1st. It'll be 2nd and 8 coming for Cocoa at the Vikings 10.
Want to give a big shout out to the guys up front tonight on the offensive line. Jaquez Joyner, Tamir Passmore, Sandman Thompson, C.J. Jones, Nick Turner, and Antoine Smiley in on that rotation as well. Sandman Thompson back playing center. That is an amazing addition. Came back for Venice, and I'll tell you, you'll see some holes open with him in the middle of that offensive line.
2nd down and 8, Tigers at the Norland 10-yard line. Hart drops back, throwing the fade to Boggs. High top ball. What a catch.
My goodness.
Touchdown, Javen Boggs with one hand. What a play.
I mean, Logan, we talked about it 2 weeks ago against Venice, and we said we don't think we would ever see a prettier play than the fade in the corner over double coverage in the corner. Well, maybe we just did, Logan.
Well, it was only single coverage. Yeah, no, New Orleans doing the thing where they're daring Cocoa to run. They're staying in too high shells. Say, go ahead and run it. We're going to take the pass away. Well, they're not.
That didn't take long.
No, it didn't. So back to the drawing board for New Orleans defense.
Yep.
Look at Javen Boggs. When you say 50-50 ball, it's more like 80-20. And Boggs brings that one in up high on top of the defender. And on to kick the extra point is going to be Marcus Trout. Didn't take long. Cocoa leads it 7-0 early in quarter number 1. And Marcus Trout knocks it through, and I was informed pregame to let everybody know Marcus's cousin Gunnar Trout is making his first career start at FAMU tomorrow.
I think he's punting tomorrow.
Yep. So some Cocoa lineage there, and a nice extra point is good. And marching right down the field, an opening drive goes 58 yards for Cocoa, capped off the 10-yard touchdown pass from the familiar connection from Brady Hart to Javen Boggs. And for Javen now, that is 11 touchdowns on the year, and that is Brady Hart's 17th.
Listen, the only person that's going to beat Javen Boggs out for Mr. Look, if Javen Boggs doesn't win the Florida, the Florida Dairy Farmers Player of the Year again for the state of Florida, then it's going to be Brady Hart that beats him out. And if neither of them win it, then we know it's a political award. They never want anybody to win it twice.
Got to be. As Cocoa gets set to kick off, and we'll get the chance to see the Norland offense for the first time. This offense puts up 30.6 points a game, and we'll see what they can offer here coming off the kickoff by Trout. Tigers with the early lead off an opening drive touchdown. As Trout set to kick, 2 deep returners for Miami-Norland. Looks to be number 6, Terrence Honeywood, and possibly number 0, Hadley Owenheim. As that kick will go high, and it is returnable for number 16, not number 6. Up the middle, good return for Norland across the 30, and up across the 35. The powerful return actually by Ronald Towns for the Vikings, as we will see Miami-Norland take over on offense. As you look at this team, they are led by quarterback Ennio Yapor, coming in with 1,270 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and throwing for 282 yards a game. Rushing-wise, stats aren't updated, but they rush for 887 yards as a team, 117 a game for 6 touchdowns. And their leading receiver is Dawson Quarterman with 374 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns.
I'll give you the starters after this, and Logan and I will talk about what we see here on this first play.
First down and 10, Vikings from their own 36. Cocoa looks like with 2 safeties as well over the top, as it will be a handoff, and they're going to go with the double reverse flea flicker to the quarterback, wide open downfield. It's caught inside the 40. One man to beat down the sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds, but a trick play to start for Norland, and it works to perfection as the reverse flea flicker back to Yapor, and he finds Jamari Smith wide open. First down, Vikings.
And they're going to go right back to the line of scrimmage. Up front for the Tigers, it's going to be Hilson, Thompson, Patterson, and Xadrian Smith. And your linebackers are going to be Cameron Barlow and Nasir Jacobs, Tyon Jacobs, with a will.
Play fake, Yapor, quick slant caught on the RPO, and that is going to be, I think, another Norland first down and a quick slant over to Ronald Towns. And in 2 plays, the Norland Buccaneers are inside the Gamerz R Us red zone on the other side of the field now, and they are in hurry up still. First down and 10, Norland at the Cocoa 14.
Yeah, Yapor's thick, Logan. He's thick.
Yeah, he's built.
Trips near side. Yapor drops back. He's looking to throw the fade across the middle, and it's overthrown, intended for number 7 over the top, their leading receiver, Dawson Quarterman. Good coverage by Cocoa. That ball skies. That'll bring up second down and 10 for Norland.
C.J. Hester, O'Keefe's battle, D.J. Bryant, Tank White in secondary, and Logan. To come out with a play like that, what
Well,
wow.
I respect the idea of coming out with a trick play. I mean, that's the time to do it most of the time. But there are two things went wrong defensively. One, it's a slow developing play, and you got no rush on there. He was able to set his feet and just launch one. The second thing, you had DBs with their eyes in the backfield, and that's why their receiver was wide open on that.
As Yapor will keep it to the right side, has some room to run, gets up inside the 10-yard line for Miami-Norland. That's going to bring up 3rd down and short for Norland. The first down line to gain will be at the 4-yard line of the Cocoa Tigers. So first down, they got to get inside the 4 at that point, just looking to get in the end zone.
Going right back at it.
Back to hurry up, 3rd down and 5 for Norland at the Cocoa 9. Cocoa showing blitz up front. Yapor looking to the sideline after a quick hard count. Trips near side, one receiver far for the Vikings. Running back switches sides. Yapor with the quarterback power up the middle. Stumbles, falls forward. And we'll see if he gets enough yardage to pick up a Vikings first down.
I think he's going to be short, Logan, and
he's short, but you go for this.
Oh, for sure. Coco's not stopping anything here.
Well, when you have a running quarterback like that, you got to defend all 11
no
players.
Huddle. Yapor sneak up the middle, and I think he gets there.
Yeah, especially when his fullback ran right into his back. I mean, that kid's, 240, and, yeah, that's going to be a first down.
Cocoa thinking they stopped him, will wait the call. Looked like the first push got across the 4-yard line. It was 4th down in inches, and they go with Yapor up the middle.
Now, we don't know time because, as Jackson alluded to, the clock is broken. The time's being kept on the field. We hope.
No, it's the first quarter. Yeah. I'll tell you that. It is first down and goal. Norland at the Cocoa 4-yard line looking to respond with an opening drive score of their own. As in the shotgun, Yapor with another quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Miami-Norland. And it's the quarterback keeper by Ennio Yapor to get things started from 4 yards out as both offenses pick up an opening drive score. And midway through the first quarter, pending the extra point, we look like we're going to be tied up just the way we started.
Oh, boy, Logan, here we go.
Yeah, that's quarterback train. You're pulling backside guard and tackle on that and just getting up in it. And you got to have linebackers that are going to follow the pullers. That'll take you to the ball. And just didn't happen. That's what I was talking about. You got new linebacking core. You're going to take your lumps. But, you're week, 6 in the season? You would hope those lumps have been figured out, especially coming off a bye.
Yep.
You look at Yapor and the size that he carries. The quarterback powers, the quarterback sneaks are designed for him. He gets it in there for the 4-yard touchdown run, and we got movement early on the extra point attempt.
Some of the guys from Merritt Island are here tonight. Mustangs and the Commodores on a bye this week. They're going to fight it out next week. We got that game.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides on Cocoa before the kick even, or before the snap even. We'll see if Norland makes any change of decision. Expecting to see them still kick the extra point despite being positioned on the 1-yard line now.
Winford Strickland says looks like Coco's offense is going to have to score 40 and maybe 50.
They're going to have to. They can't be stopped.
No, we could literally see over 100 points scored here tonight.
As the extra point unit out again for Norland after the offsides. Snap good, hold kick is low. But it is good through the uprights there by number 38, who is not on the Norland roster, but he bangs it through for the extra point. Midway through quarter number 1, we're all tied up once again. 2 opening drive touchdowns. It's 7-7.
All right, we are back here on Brevard Sports Network. I want to thank Natwick Insurance. This is their portion of quarter number 1. No clock, no scoreboard. We believe it was broken by the storm recently. So here to tell you about this kickoff and much more, my man Jackson Robb.
Kick is away, low line drive. It'll bounce again. Cocoa will pick it up and run with it from the 15-yard line. Not a good amount of room to run. Gets across the 25. Again, it looks to be Chris Kelly for Cocoa. And looking at this starting group, Brought to you by Orange Pest Control. The signal caller, the Michigan commit, Brady Hart. Running backs are Latristan Lane and Malachi Coney. Your wideouts are the UCF commit, Javen Boggs, along with Nicky Teeter, Zach Pillow, D.L. Hardison, and Tank White. And up front is Jaquez Joyner, the UCF commit, Tamir Passmore, Sandman Thompson, C.J. Jones, and the FAU commit, Nick Turner.
A lot of commits.
And those are two good defensive ends that they're playing against. Kind of neutralized them on that first drive. I mean, Hart had pretty much all day to throw the ball when he wanted to. And
Twins.
Yeah.
As it'll be first down and 10. Cocoa at their own 28-yard line. Hart brings a man in motion across. It will be a give on the jet sweep. Trying to get to the outside, turning upfield at the last moment. Still on his feet across the 30. Flags come in late here after whistles were blown on the jet sweep by Chris Kelly. As we await the call here, that thrown around where the tackle or the stop was made could be some extracurriculars. Couldn't really tell. It was just a pile over there.
Who's your X factor tonight, Logan?
Well, I mean, the easy answer would be Boggs, but I mean, I think at a certain point they're going to try and bracket him, and it would be one of those other receivers, whether it's Pillow or Teeter, because they're great athletes in their own right, and you know, you got if they're going to take away Boggs, which is a tough challenge to do, you got to be able to find one of those two to open this game back open.
I'm going to tell you who my X factor is here in a minute. He's on the defensive side of the football.
Sideline warning on Norland is the call. 2nd down and 7 for Cocoa at their own 31. 5 wide again there's a back there with Brady Hart. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Hart low snap, brings it up, hands it off right up the middle. Good hole, but not a lot of room to run after that, as it's only going to be a gain of about 2 yards. 3rd down and 5. For me,
the X factor tonight is Javion Hilson on the defensive side. Javion's been double teamed all year. We've seen him battle cramps at times late in games. He's going to have to come up big tonight in this pass rush if the Tigers are going to win this football game.
3rd down and 4 for Cocoa at their own 34. And Hilson now the undecided 4-star commit after decommitting from Florida State. Sorry, Logan.
Could you blame him?
No.
3rd and 4, Hart drops, throws, slant, intercepted by Miami-Norland as they perfectly lurked the route, and it's intercepted by Kenton Dobson III, the 2027 corner, and that was a matchup that we highlighted. Dobson versus Boggs perfectly lurks that route and jumps it, and Norland will take over in Cocoa territory.
Logan, they've been watching film. They jumped right in front of the hitch.
They knew exactly what was coming. They saw that slant coming. He sat on top of it. Good cover, too. Jumped right in front of it as soon as he broke on the inside. And like Jackson said, that's a heck of a lurk. That's good DB play right there.
Dobson, reading about it this week, he's a class of 2027 commit, meaning don't really have stars set yet, but he's got offers from the likes of Texas A&M, Louisville, Colorado, and Indiana. And you can see why some of those teams are getting in on him early as he makes a big play there, jumping the route on the 3rd down pass by Hart.
You don't see Brady Hart get baited very often, if ever at all. He got baited on that one, Logan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when as a quarterback, you see the corner on top on a slant route coming underneath that, you think you got carte blanche to just deliver that ball. He made the right read. That's a heck of a corner he's playing against.
Yeah.
That's his 6th interception of the season. Trips near side in a bunch for Norland. 1st and 10 at the Cocoa 38-yard line. It is Yapor in the shotgun. He will drop back to pass pocket. Collapses. Stays on his feet. Yapor to the outside, breaking more sacks down the sideline. And somehow turns a play that looked like a guaranteed loss. He'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down now for Norland.
You can't overrun him. I mean, that's a guy that's already beat you with his legs. When you have him in the pocket and you have a chance to get him down, you need to hang on to him and let the troops come rally around you and get him down.
That's a great point Winford Strickland just made about it. He doesn't understand how teams don't get more interceptions against Cocoa. They run the same routes. We talked about that at the beginning, and that's just Boggs doing his thing, Logan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They do run the same plays over and over again, but those plays do work.
Yeah.
2nd down and 8 for Norland. Once again, trips near side in a bunch formation. Far side receiver tucked to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion for Norland. It's 2nd down and 8. They pull another man in motion. Pulling inside. He'll run a drag. Handoff up the middle. Good room to run to the outside. And he will be dragged forward just at about the line to gain for the Vikings. There is number 23, Maurice Clark, the junior. And they're going to bring up 3rd down. It'll be 3rd down and 1, no huddle. Norland rushes back to the line. Same formation. On the near hash, it is 3rd down and 1. Norland at the Cocoa 29.
Hilson got caught doing the one thing you don't want your defensive end to get caught doing, and that's getting sucked in on that last play.
Yeah, you got reached.
Yeah.
You're going to get Q power here, I think.
Third down, handoff up the middle. Did he get there? I don't think so. Coco's front gets home on top of Maurice Clark, and I don't think he got a yard. He did not. It will be 4th and 1 Norland at the Cocoa 29, and what a big stop this would be for the Tigers defense after a turnover to get this ball back. But again, no huddle. Yapor under center. Cocoa stacking the box. Cocoa not moving. Yapor looks to the sideline. 2 receivers far, 1 near. The 4th receiver tucked behind the left tackle. And now into the shotgun goes Yapor. 4th and 1. It's going to be a power to the left side, wide open. Through a hole, first down, Norland.
He got washed again.
They are going right at Hilson here, Logan.
I mean, he's been washed twice, and it's been big gains. That one on 4th down. He's getting sucked inside. I don't know if it's the slant. If he's getting called on a slant, it's hard to believe at a 5 technique you're going to slant him inside, but that's twice now we've seen him get reached.
Yep.
And that time, no misdirection whatsoever. He caught that and took it straight to the left side of the line and untouched past it. First down, Norland to the Cocoa 23. Yapor drops back, looking upfield, throwing sideline, and overleads his receiver, Jade Card, the 3-star FAU commit, a little bit too far to the outside that time. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Trying to get that one away from the DB, who had great coverage to the inside. The only way he could have, Yapor could have thrown that ball was to the outside and just led him a little too far. 2nd down and 10 for Norland at the Cocoa 22, knocking on the door, nearly knocking the door down in the Tails Barkery red zone. Yapor drops back to pass, pocket collapsing, breaks off a sack there, getting to the outside, getting chased down, barely throws it away, and it was nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Flag comes in late, and I think this is going to be roughing the passer.
There's no way. He engaged him before he let go of the ball.
That is the call.
He grabbed him by the face mask is what he did.
Yeah, that is the call. It was a face mask. 15 yards, first down, Norland.
The referees in the stands aren't going to like it, but he grabbed him by the face mask.
One thing you definitely can't do, no matter what the circumstance. And that'll be 15. It'll be, unless it was a 5-yard variant. But it was not. It was a personal foul, so that's 15 yards, and it will be now first down and 10, Norland at the Cocoa 11-yard line. They can get a first down inside the 1, but no doubt they'll be gunning for the end zone.
Yep.
That's a tough break on a ball that was nearly intercepted under duress, but the moral of the story there is you got to have the sack before you even get there.
And Hilson finally got home there on that one, but unfortunately just ended up grabbing the mask.
First down and 10, Norland at the Cocoa 11. Lepore drops, looks right, pocket collapsing. Yapor gets free again, throwing across the middle. What a throw across his body.
Wow.
Caught, touchdown, Norland. What a catch.
You know,
in the back of the end zone.
I'm going to say something, Logan, and you can. Yapor he's out there making moves like Lamar Jackson right now. The way he's cutting up and out and throwing back across his body, that's a pretty ball right there in the back of the end zone.
That's good pocket presence. And to be honest with you, Coco's not doing an effective job of keeping him in the pocket. They're allowing him to make those moves. You got to cage rush a kid like that.
And it's not like he's –
because they're getting pressure on him, but he thrives on chaos like that.
And it's not like he's immediately taking off.
No.
He's actually – picking his spots.
Dawson Quarterman with a touchdown reception that time. And now, late in the first quarter, Norland is going to go ahead by a score off the Brady Hart interception. And it's capped off with the touchdown pass from 11 yards out from Yapor to Quarterman. Cocoa nearly got a block on that, but they don't get a hand on it. Extra point is good once again for Norland. And again, late in quarter number 1. Don't know how late, but it is 14-7. The Vikings take the lead early.
But I'm so stuck on saying hitch. All right, welcome back. We were talking about it was a slant route that Hart threw that interception on. And I'll tell you what, boys, that's 2 possessions, 2 scores. And that's pot right there, points off turnovers. And that's the one thing that cost them against IMG. Can't have it here tonight.
Absolutely not. And this defense struggling early to stop this Norland offense. They got them to a 4th down play. Norland converted it. And then 2 plays later, they were in the end zone celebrating. The kickoff gets away. It is returnable once again for Cocoa. Following blockers trying to reverse field. There is a hole but it closes up. Another return by Chris Kelly. It will be first down and 10 Cocoa, just shy of their own 35-yard line. Last drive on 3rd down and 5. Brady Hart throws the interception out in front to the sophomore, Kenton Dobson, the third.
The thing I like about Hart, and even as a junior, and he did this as a sophomore, is the short memory. Because against great teams, you got to have it. Against any team, you got to have it. But he throws that pick. I guarantee he comes back right here and just shakes it right off.
First down and 10, Cocoa from their own 35-yard line. Late in quarter number 1, the Vikings with a 7-point advantage. Hart in the shotgun, 4 receivers to the far side. Hart throws a quick bubble screen, trying to get blocks to set up, nowhere to run.
I don't like that
and
call.
That's not going to go anywhere on first. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers on the bubble screen to D.L. Hardison.
You got to have better perimeter blocking if you're going to throw a bubble screen like that. Those are aggressive corners. You got to be more aggressive in the blocking game.
The other problem is I don't believe any of these teams are capable of going east and west on each other. There's too much speed out there.
No, you got to attack them downfield. I mean, you saw the success on the first drive attacking downfield.
Right, exactly. That's not going to work.
2nd down and 10, Cocoa, their own 35. 2 receivers either side. Doubles are stacked on 2nd down. Hart drops back to pass, looking upfield. He'll let one fly. Has Boggs over the top, but Hart overthrows him by 2 yards. And it's rare you see a misstep by Hart or Boggs, and that time just a little overthrown on the outside corner route. It is 3rd down and 10, Cocoa from their own 35, looking to avoid back-to-back empty drives.
Yeah, look, he was open. He got past the corner. There was nothing special about that. That was beat your man, and he did it.
Yeah, I mean, that. You put it right in the right into the spot you want to put it in a cover 2. You had the safety bearing down over the top eventually, but put it before he got there. Just
big 3rd down.
Step or 2 off.
3rd down and 10, Cocoa at their own 35. It will be trips to the near side as they'll get Lane off the field. Empty set for Hart, 5 wide. Brady Hart drops back to pass, looking inside, and Nicky Teeter just wasn't open that time. Good coverage by Sean Smith, undercutting that ball, nearly getting his hands on it, and that'll be 2 drives in a row now for Cocoa. No score will go on the board as they will send the punt unit out on 4th down and 10 from their own 35. This drive, 0 yards gained in 3 plays, all passes, and right now Cocoa slow out of the gates.
I'll tell you what, this is huge right here coming up.
You got to have a stop. Norland just went straight cover 1 there. Which man across the board, you have 1 deep safety, and they said break it.
There was nothing. Yeah, there was nothing special about what they did there. They just,
And late substitution for Cocoa again. It is Trout back to punt. Back deep to return. We'll get the number here for Norland when he turns. Late in the first quarter, Trout. Big blitz coming from Norland. They don't get there. Good spiraling punt this time. Norland will let it bounce, and it will take a slight Cocoa roll inside the 25 down to at the Norland 23-yard line, as that's where Miami-Norland will take over their first 2 drives. We saw a 4-yard touchdown run by Anil Yapur, then a 11-yard touchdown pass from Yapur to Dawson Quarterman in the back of the end zone. So far, Cocoa has gotten necessary pressure, but they still don't have a sack on the board. And right now, Yapur just bouncing off defenders in the backfield, making high-level plays. Tigers need to get Yapur on the ground to keep tight in this game so far.
Look, Yapur's not just a guy that's going to take off and run with the football. 358 yards last week and 4 touchdowns. And the kid can get the ball down the field. It's almost 13 yards per completion last week.
Yeah, I mean, he's a heck of a player. And 2 touchdown drives, 2 4th-down conversions, too. So, I mean, at a certain point, you're getting him there. You just got to get off the field.
Yep.
1,270 yards this year for Yapur coming into this game. 17 yards average per completion. First down and 10. Norland at their own 23. Yapur in the shotgun. The crowd bringing the noise ahead of first down. Yapur turns, hands off right up the middle. Churning his legs. That's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards on first down. It's exactly what you want running the ball on first down and bring up 2nd down and medium for the Vikings.
3 times 5 is what, Logan?
15.
There you go, all day.
Yeah, stay ahead of the chains. Yeah. I mean, Norland's doing what they want offensively right now. So
yep.
It's gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Yapur hands off right up the middle again. Coco's all over it that time for the stop on the give to Maurice Clark. And that will bring up 3rd down and 4 for Norland at their own 29-yard line.
That was Tyon Jacobs there, and we really need to see the Jacobs brothers or Jacobs cousins tonight really step up here.
It is 3rd down and 4 for Norland once again. No huddle. They try the hard count, and there's movement on the Vikings side of the ball here. And that's going to back them up 5. That'll be a costly false start ahead of 3rd down. Now Cocoa with an opportunity. Need to make a stop. Need to make a stop here. That is a false start. And then I'll make it 3rd down and about 8.
I can only imagine. I'm starting to get worried whether they were actually keeping time on the field.
This would be a long first quarter.
It has been.
It's going to play 1st to 50.
3rd down and 8. Norland at their own 25-yard line. It is Yapor in the backfield with Omar Jeffries, it looks like, number 27. Yapor drops back on 3rd and 8, looking upfield, throws outside, unguarded, curl route, caught down the sideline across the 50, or just shy of it, out at the 49 on the completion to Terrence Honeywood, and he was wide open on the curl route. 1st down, Norland up to the Cocoa 49.
Blown coverage, Logan.
Yeah, 21, Tank White is playing corner there. That's his zone. I didn't catch what coverage it was, but he had no business getting sucked inside on a curl route. When you have a hitch that's in your immediate zone. I imagine they were in some sort of cover 3, I think, but even then, there's no reason to drift to the middle of the field.
It's a gain of 20 on 3rd down. Again, this defense cannot get off the field. Norland will have a toss to the far side, cutting up field. Cocoa trying to seal the edge. Breaking tackles, though, it'll still be a gain of about 2 or 3 on a run that nearly got dropped at the line of scrimmage.
5 on that. I mean, and that's the thing here. That's a 4 or 5 yard gain again.
Where's the edge
on 1st down? Yeah, there's no edges.
Omar Jeffries with the carry again, and he ends up picking up about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. Norland across midfield again to the Cocoa 47. It is 2nd and 6. It will be a reverse give to the outside. Honeywood down the sideline. 1st down and more for Norland. Still on his feet inside the 30. And on the reverse look in the run by Terrence Honeywood. 1st down again for Norland as they have opened up this playbook early. And Cocoa hasn't had an answer for any of it.
Traps, cuts, Logan, that was a pretty play.
It was a nice play. It was a very nice play. Got the backers looking at the eye candy on the fake run to the left, and hit him with the reverse, and again, take it. There's no edge integrity for Cocoa right now. You don't have anybody that's setting any kind of an edge. So once those linebackers get flowing, he wide open lane to run.
1st down and 10, Norland at the Cocoa 28, late in quarter number 1. They already lead by 7, looking to add more to it. 1st and 10, high snap brought down, handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go there. It'll only be a gain of 1 or 2 on 1st down for Omar Jeffries. And what I heard on the sideline pregame was that this Cocoa defense had a very good week of practice, and supposedly their best of the season, but so far Norland not showing that.
Chunks, and chunk plays galore here.
And it's situations where, I mean, you had them in 3rd and 9. That's right where you want them, and then you have a coverage bust, and they pick up 30.
2nd down and 8 coming up for Norland. Again, the shotgun is Enio Yapor. Yapor drops back, throws wide open on the hitch again, and it is caught just shy of the line to gain. Once again, it'll be 3rd down for Norland. So far, they have converted all but 2 of them, in which they converted the subsequent 4th downs to follow. So that will be a gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Norland.
It's certainly 4 down territory.
Yeah. You know, watching them kick pregame, it's not a kicking unit that can go too deep. So definitely I would say 4 down territory. 3rd and short, handoff up the middle. No, it is a keeper read option. The outside, Yapor gets to the edge and scampers through just shy of the Cocoa 10-yard line inside the Gamerz RS red zone once again.
He fooled me.
Fooled me as well.
Fooled me.
It's just a veer.
He absolutely fooled me on that one.
And again, I mean, that's exploiting the edge play. You know the defensive end's going to get sucked up in there. You don't have linebackers that are triggering to the outside. Why not run the veer? He's almost got in the back of his mind, I'm sure, that, heck, we're just going to go ahead and keep this.
That's the end of the first quarter, and so far Miami-Norland has had their way with this Tiger defense. We'll be back here on the Brevard Sports Network with the start of quarter number 2. All right, welcome back here to Richard Dick Blake Stadium, and it's the start of quarter number 2 as the teams will change size. And Logan, we were talking at the beginning, and it's uncharacteristic, undisciplined defensive play we've seen from the dark side defense thus far.
It's unsound. I mean, we're making silly mistakes out here.
Yeah.
You know, your corners are getting sucked inside on a cover 3. We're not setting edges. You got linebackers triggering the wrong way. It's all haywire.
Yep, we got to get this straightened out.
It's unforced errors. It's things that you can control.
Not what you expect out of a Cocoa defense early on. It is going to be 1st and 10 Norland inside the Gamerz RS red zone at the Cocoa Tigers 12-yard line. Norland leads it through the first quarter 14-7 as they bring the jet motion. Keeper by Yapor to the near side off the play fake. Cuts it inside. Touchdown Norland. Second touchdown run of the game and 3rd overall. It's a first-half hat trick for the quarterback. The 3-star Ennio Yapor runs it in from 11 yards out, and Norland is ahead by 2 scores already.
And, Logan, I got to ask you this. I don't think it's the scheme.
No, Alan, they went to a wide look, which means it's a 4-3 look. They have 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. A wide look means you take your 2 outside linebackers and you put them on the edge because you're not getting an edge set. That means your defensive end is now the inside player, all right? He's the squeeze player. Your outside linebacker that's lined up in that 9 technique, you're now the force player.
Yep.
They both went inside. It's not this. You're told so they need to pull those guys on the sidelines, show them the huddle sideline, and say, look, you plant your you-know-what on the edge, and you don't give it up.
Yep.
Extra point unit
That's
out there for
point,
Norland.
Logan.
Kick is blocked by Cocoa, and that is the 4-star Javion Hilson getting the block there. But as of right now, that's little to celebrate as Cocoa trailing by 13 in the first half here at home against number 18 Miami-Norland. As it is 20-7 Norland. Cocoa is going to get the ball back here through 3 drives. We saw a very quick opening drive score, but then an interception and a punt to follow. Now they trail by 13.
I think, too, Logan and Jackson, the thing is that it's got to be perplexing to the coaching staff is this is happening coming off of a bye week.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Their scheme is telling that unblocked defensive end to squeeze. They want him to squeeze because they want to give the quarterback the ball. And that's, coach's different opinion on that.
Right.
But in order to do that, your outside linebacker has to be able to scrape over the top and get to the edge for the quarterback who would keep the ball. They weren't doing that, so they just put him on the edge and said, just stay there. You don't even have to scrape. You're here now. And they're still not doing it.
Yep, I completely 100% agree.
Back to kickoff once again for Norland is number 30, it looks like, Miguel Jazan. So far, it has been all Norland all the time, 3 for 3 on offensive drives.
That's pretty good there. You sound like a commercial now. I like that. I just wanted to be all Cocoa all the time.
Not so far.
Yeah, right.
And this is, me and Logan, I think we use this term every week, but this is already feeling like a must-score drive for Cocoa in a situation that they're rarely in.
Now, I would agree. I'll comment on that after this.
Short kick bouncing at the 20, returnable for Cocoa once again, getting across the 25, still on his feet across the 30. Flags come in late on the end of that play.
Now, there's 50% of me that agree with that, and the other 50% says, I've watched this team with, I don't care who you want to put back there at quarterback or wide receiver, down a lot of points in game. We've done a lot of thrilling football games here, overtime games.
Yeah.
So they're not out of it, but they're going to need to make a huge play.
Here's my caveat to that, Alan. Have you seen them get a stop?
No, and that's the thing that scares me.
Well, on top of that, I think where I'm coming from at least is momentum. Right now, you got to take back this game because you're not getting the ball out of the half. That will be Norland's football. So,
I don't necessarily know the momentum's going to come by trying to throw 145 yards down the field of box either.
You can't. That's not time to do that either.
No.
You have plenty of time to go on a drive. You're only down 2 scores.
Right.
I mean, it's not insurmountable.
No.
But, you're not going to get it all in one play.
It is if you don't stop.
That penalty did come on Cocoa. Now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Hart throws the swing route underneath to Latrice Lane. Lane cuts upfield, breaks a tackle across the 30, and Lane will pick up a first down Tigers on the swing pass. And that was all Latrice Lane breaking tackles, making plays in open field. That gets Cocoa the chains moving.
What is that 66 or 65, the left tackle?
That's Jaquez Joyner.
Okay, well, he just laid a hell of a block.
Yeah,
it's 65. UCF commit Jaquez Joyner. and he's blocking 2 future UCF players as well with those defensive ends for Norland. First down and 10 Tigers, and the fake play to the outside, toss to Teeter, and Teeter gets hit driving forward. Will still pick up about 3 or 4 yards on first down. Can't complain if you're Cocoa.
Well, Zach Pillow over there, he had 2 guys and tried to block them both. Unfortunately, he was only able to get elbows on each of them, and that didn't slow him down.
It was still a nifty play. I like that play design. Kind of fake the jet sweep, fake the run, and kind of find the jet man underneath.
I think there were some yards there, unfortunately. Pillow, like I said, got stuck with 2 guys there for some reason.
Well, I think Norland rolled and they had numbers over there.
Okay.
It's a gain of 4, second down and 6 for Cocoa. Hart drops back to pass, has time, throws it, rifles over the middle, caught by Pillow. First
Nice
down,
play.
Cocoa across their own 45-yard line. On the quick curl for Zach Pillow from Hart. First down, Tigers.
In the face of pressure, too. He took a lick after that one.
Yeah, that's a nice catch by Zach Pillow across the like you said, taking a hit like that by Hart.
That's the thing you won't see with Hart. He's not a guy that likes to move around. He stands tall in the pocket, delivers those passes, but pays the price for it. First down and 10, Cocoa at their own 47. 1 high safety this time for Norland. They stack the box. Cocoa runs right into it. Norland guessed it perfectly. That is a huge loss. No adjustment there from Cocoa. And that'll bring up second down and long on the run that time by Malachi Coney.
Prison blitz.
Yeah, that certainly was.
You can see it pre-play.
You had a pulling player, too. They were running dart, which is tackle powered. Backside tackle pulls around to be the lead blocker. When you got both your inside backers blitzing A-gap, that takes that pull away, and somebody's going to spring open eventually like we saw.
Big Nick Turner that time got turned around a little bit, and they just bull rushed him.
Second and 13, Hart throws that one to the outside on a screen. That's going to go for no yardage, and it's third and long for Cocoa beyond the sticks here. And this drive was happily humming down the field until it wasn't. And now it's third down and long for Cocoa, looking to avoid their 3rd consecutive scoreless drive of the half.
I don't think he was ready for that snap.
No, it didn't look like it.
As it Sandman out there playing center? I think I'm not sure.
Can't see the number.
72 would be Sandman.
Third down and 12 for Cocoa at their own 45. Cover 2 look for Norland here. Trips near side for Cocoa. Hart with an empty set.
They're disguising this coverage. Look at the wide side safety. He's going to come down and play that flat.
Yeah, I see him. They changing it now?
They just switched it up. But look at him. He's in the sprinter stance. He's about to come down and play the flat unless they're in a man blitz perhaps.
Third down and 12, 5 wide for Cocoa from their own 45. Hart has time. Pocket collapsing from behind. Hart stepping up. Nowhere to throw that ball, and Hart will be sacked for a loss of 3 yards.
Not his strong suit.
No, but they did disguise that. They showed cover 2 and ran cover 3, and they had him all discombobulated there.
Michael Smith gets home for Norland.
So, I'm sorry, so explain that. They showed cover 2, and go ahead.
Cover 2, you got 2 men playing deep, half field coverage, right? Your 2 safeties are taking away half the field deep, which means you got to have 2 safeties deep typically. Well, cover 3 means you got your 2 corners, and your free safety is the one that's playing the thirds, essentially. Well, the other safety ran down, played the flat, which is what you see in after the snap. And
right.
That's what you see in cover 3. You got him playing the flat because you got a corner playing deep.
Cocoa back to punt for the 2nd straight time. That one nearly blocked. Took a good while to get that one away. And that will bounce down and inside the Norland 30. And so far in this one, Norland, 3 offensive drives, 3 offensive touchdowns, and all 3 having something to do with NEO Yapor with 2 touchdown runs and 1 touchdown pass. And they will take over with first down and 10 inside their own 30.
And then what happened? They just shifted into cover 3, and Hart saw cover 2?
Pre-snap. You're looking at cover 2. You're looking where the corners are lined up. You're looking where the safeties are lined up. He's thinking, all right, we got cover 2. This is the play we're going to run. Oh, snap, it's cover 3. That changes some things.
Yep. Great explanation.
First down and 10, Norland at their own 29-yard line midway through quarter number 2. The Vikings having their way early, leading the Cocoa Tigers 20-7.
My biggest problem is always dealing with those linemen that drop back in coverage.
Play fake, throwing on the slant, caught over the middle. And the quick RPO look will get Norland a first down up across the 40. Over to number 5, that is Jamari Smith. First down in Norland. Up to their own 41. It's a gain of 12 on first, and the chains will continue to move.
That's an RPO glance, and when you got linebacker play like what we've seen tonight, that's a good play against that. You're going to get them sucked up on the run and throw that little glance slant route right where they should have been, and pick up good yardage. That's it. In new football with these RPOs, that's one of the toughest plays to defend, whether or not you have high-level linebacker play or poor linebacker play. It doesn't matter because it kind of puts you in a bind. You suck up on the run, they're going to throw the slant. You stay back, they're going to hand it off.
And that was a false start on Norland pre-snap there. That'll back them up 5 yards, make it 1st and 15. Vikings at their own 36-yard line. We'll see what Norland can do here with 1st and beyond the sticks. This is where Coco's defense needs to get off the field. Having Norland pinned behind the sticks, 1st and 15. Yapor drops back, throws in the flat, wide open to the outside. Hit immediately, though, after a gain of about 6 or 7. Again, it is Jamari Smith. That'll bring up 2nd down for Norland inside the original sticks, back up to the 44.
About 6-7 to go.
It's a gain of 8, 2nd down and 7 for Norland. Again, no huddle, trips near side. And this tempo offense is really also able to catch this Coco defense out of rotation.
Yeah.
2nd down and 7. Norland in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. Yapor looking upfield down the seam. Has his man. It bounces right off of his hands. Incomplete. And he had Terrence Honeywood. Nobody for Coco there playing the ball. Almost let him have it. But Honeywood with a big drop there. And it brings up 3rd down and 7.
Logan, he could have baked the cake back there.
Yeah, he absolutely could have. Had no pressure whatsoever. Good job by the Norland offensive line. And that was cover 3 as well. That's why you had the corner in phase, but your 2nd defender out there's got to get further into that hook curl to kind of take that away, and he didn't. That's why you almost ended up with one-on-one coverage on the trip side of the field, which you really don't want.
Huge play here.
3rd down and 7. Norland at their own 44. Coco's defense absolutely needing to get off the field, showing a blitz off the edge. They do bring it. Yapor throws underneath under pressure.
Nice job.
Good pressure forces the incompletion, throwing a little bit too far in front of the running back, Maurice Clark. And despite a big drop, Norland will have to punt for the first time tonight.
Well, sometimes it's good, that you had the drop. Obviously, that it helps to be a little lucky when you need to catch a break, and the Tigers finally get a break there.
As it will bring up 4th down and 7 for the first time tonight. Norland will not score on an offensive possession. And one deep to return for Coco is DJ Bryant. Snap is good. Not a big blitz for Coco to try and get after the punter. That kick is short. Bryant telling everyone to clear out. As that one will roll down to the 15 inside the Coco 15 and be down to the Coco 13-yard line, as it's going to be a long way to go for Coco starting inside their own 15. Late in the first half here, it is still 20-7 Miami-Norland.
What was the adjustment Norland made from that first drive, Logan, that you have seen? Because Coco scored 4 or 5 plays on that opening drive and looked unstoppable. And now you see a tremendous difference in what the Tigers' offense cannot do.
Alan, I don't know if they really changed their defense too much. Coco just kind of went away from those plays, to be honest with you.
Good play calling.
Yeah.
It'll be 1st down and 10.
By
Coco.
Norland.
Yeah, by Norland. A lot of good coverages so far that has really limited this passing offense.
Disguises.
Lane out of the backfield. They throw the swing pass again to the far side. Decent blocking, but Lane tries to cut inside. There's no room to go inside. That's only going to be a gain of about a yard. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 9 for Coco.
They got a 16-year veteran head coach, and there's always something to be. Daryl Heidelberg's been with that program for 16 years. There's expectations. There's something to be said for guys that stay at programs as long as Heidelberg has been. These kids know what the expectations are. I've not seen any undisciplined play from Norland.
No, very sound play, very sound defensive play as well. I mean, you've got to have sound and disciplined play if you're going to be able to disguise coverages. I mean, zone coverage is hard to teach, but to disguise them in high school.
2nd and 9, 5 wide. Hart throws over the middle on the slant. It is caught for a Coco 1st down. It's Javen Boggs on the slant. 1st down, Tigers up across their own 25-yard line. It's a gain of about 13 yards. 1st down, Coco.
Good play.
That's what they do best. Now, that is credit to Norland to bring down Boggs, and that sounds simple, but Boggs on that slant we see far too many times just break that
Touchdown.
first tackle and he's gone.
Yeah, not as simple as it sounds.
1st down and 10, Coco at their own 26-yard line after the 13-yard completion on 2nd down. 5 wide again. Hart drops back to pass. Surveys, throws the flat route to the outside to Pillow. Pillow cuts upfield across the 30. And that's a gain of about 5 on 1st down. Again, can't complain about it. 2nd and 5 coming up for Coco.
You know what they're doing? They're showing too high every play.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Coverage they run,
they're just showing too high. because the safety jumped down on that one, and that was a cover 3 look as well.
And we're going to step aside for the water break here with Miami-Norland on top, 20-7. All right, welcome back here to Richard Dick Blake Stadium, and we were just talking about adjustments or what the Cocoa defense is going to need to do here. But I'll turn it back to Jackson, and then I'll get back to making my point in a second.
As it was only a gain of 3 yards on first, 2nd down and 7. Cocoa at their own 29 out of the water break, 5 wide again. Hart drops back, short drop thrown to the outside on the curl. It is caught, cutting upfield, diving for the first down, and we'll see if he got there. On the far side, it is Javen Boggs once again, who's going to be getting close to that 1,000-yard mark tonight, coming in with an 850, and it will be a Cocoa first down.
I think the thing that defense is sorely missing this year is Durant Guilford, high football IQ on that young man. Of course, he's out with the ACL, and Guilford, last year as a young player, 4 picks, and all of them really, when you go back and watch his film, because of what he was able to do reading offenses.
And communicating in the backfield helps, and if you got a safety that can communicate,
yeah, he's good.
That's a world of difference.
Coney gets the handoff on first down. He'll pick up about 2 or 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for Cocoa at their own 38-yard line.
But they certainly miss him, and and watching him coach youth football, man, you can really see this young man's high football IQ. He does a terrific job at it.
Talked to him pregame.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
It is 2nd down and 8 for Cocoa at their own 38-yard line after the 2-yard run by Coney on first. That's the thing this defense is also keeping an eye on. When Coney's in the game, it seems like they run the football, and we've seen Norland come after it. Coney in the game here again with a bunch set. Got to keep an eye on it. Norland looks to be stacking the box inside. 2nd down and 8. It will not be a run. Hart drops, throws to the outside to Boggs, who turns around and falls down there as he tried to throw him open there, but Boggs had not completed the route, and it'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Well, it looked like they were trying to go with a back shoulder fade there. The corner might have gotten a little grabby.
Yeah.
Hart throws it a little bit too far to the outside there. It'll bring up 3rd and 8 for Cocoa, and a big 3rd down that they need to convert here to keep this drive moving. About now under 5 minutes to go in the half because we had the water break. It is 3rd down and 8. Cocoa at their own.
Now you got back. You can do that.
At their own 38-yard line. First down line to gain would be their 46-yard line. Here for 3rd and 8. Norland brings a big blitz. Hart throws underneath on the tunnel screen. Trying to cut upfield. Nowhere to go for Kelly. He'll get across the 40, but the blitz got home quickly. Hart had to throw it. It is caught by Kelly just across the 40, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 5 for Cocoa at their own 41.
What do you do here? You go for this? I think you do.
Still the first half.
I think you try and
I feel like you have to.
I think you at least got to try and draw them offside.
Offense stays on the field, 4th down and 5. Hart tries the hard count. Norland not moving, 5 wide on 4th and 5 for Cocoa at their own 41-yard line. Will they snap it? Yes, they will. Hart drops back, 4th and 5, pocket collapsing. Hart loses the football. It's scooped up by Norland. Green grass ahead. Touchdown Vikings. Number 11, Sean Smith with a big scoop and score. And Norland is going to jump ahead by 3 possessions.
Well, Logan, they had that blitz dialed up from the get-go.
It's the same blitz they ran on the last play.
Yep.
That
was a full jailhouse break right there. Yeah. Everybody came.
Yeah, that was a prison blitz.
Yep.
Immediately gets home. Hart drops the football, and it is Sean Smith with the about 30-yard scoop and score with nobody between him and the end zone. And Norland is rolling here. Extra point unit out. They will not go for two to go ahead by 21. This would put them ahead 20-7. Last extra point attempt was blocked by Hilson. Looks like they're a little bit farther back here on the extra point attempt. Could also just be my eyes playing with me here, but it looks like they may have stacked it a little farther back after the block.
I got to tell you,
can't have that.
I felt they had to try to go for that, but, you know.
Kick is up. It is wobbling, and it is good.
But, man, that is certainly not the outcome.
That's the risk you run.
Yeah.
They were aggressive on third. They were certainly going to be aggressive on fourth.
Yeah.
They've been living in the backfield on the double A gap blitz, which is exactly what they ran there. I'm an advocate of going for it, and it almost does feel like they needed to go for it. But in that situation, you're only down 2 possessions.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think punting would have been the worst idea in the world, because here's what happens. Yeah, you got to stop on defensively on the last drive. But if you go for it and the fumble doesn't happen, but you just don't pick up the first down, look at the field position this hot Norland offense has.
But you know what I felt like on the last possession? And listen, I mean, we a lot of people will always accuse us of being Cocoa homers, but we're calling this like we see it. I felt like on the last possession, it wasn't so much of what Cocoa did as what Norland shot themselves in the foot on a couple of plays.
Yeah, they did.
A little bit, yeah.
And that's what I saw.
2 drop passes that would have led to first downs. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you go for that and you don't pick it up. That play doesn't happen, but you don't pick it up. They've got the ball on the 30-yard line.
The thing we talked about pregame of how you can stop this Cocoa offense, I said if there was a way to stop the passing attack, and they've neutralized it and taken it away. And as you can see, by design, the offense is not moving at all.
And it wasn't to stop Boggs. It was to come after Hart.
Yeah.
That's the game plan.
Well, you go after the head.
Yep.
Kickoff return from the 20 for Cocoa. Up across the 30. Good return there up to the 40 and across the 40. And Cocoa's kick returns have been solid tonight. Another good one there. Gets across the 40.
He may have fumbled that.
Is this – he did fumble that.
No, they're going to call him down.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
And collective sigh of relief there for the Cocoa faithful. And off the return there, Cocoa will take over 1st and 10 at their own 42. And I think if there was any question last possession, there shouldn't be one this time.
No, you got to score.
You
got to score. I can't give you a time check.
We don't know.
We don't know because I'll show you.
The scoreboard zapped.
That's what we see right now. The scoreboard has been broken, unfortunately, since the last storm, and they are working diligently to get the parts needed to get it fixed.
1st down and 10, Cocoa with their own 42, now trailing by 20 here in the first half. And mind you, Norland will get the second half kickoff as well. Hart in the shotgun, 2 receivers either side. Hart drops back to pass, has time, throws underneath on the hitch. It is caught, and that is a gain of about 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for Cocoa at the 50-yard line. There you see them going back to what they do best there, picking up 7. And it actually drops them at the 49. It will be 2nd down and 4 for Cocoa on their side of the 50-yard line.
Had success on the hitch.
Yeah.
Hart drops back to pass again on 2nd down, throws it down the sideline on an out route. It is caught just shy of the 40 from Zach Pillow. And across midfield, Cocoa goes for the first time since their opening drive, as it will be 1st down Cocoa.
I don't see Adam Franco on the sidelines. And Ryan Schneider's not calling plays. So that's a change.
He could be calling them and having other coaches signal him. Because I'm seeing these coaches over here are the ones signaling.
Yeah, but I don't think Schneider's calling I don't think Schneider's making the calls.
That pass there by Hart looking for the swing to lane. It is batted down. And that could have been worse. Luckily, only incomplete at 2nd and 10, Cocoa at the Norland 40.
Is Franco in the box?
I think he is in the box. Does it look like he's making the calls?
No, Franco. Well, they got headsets on though, so Franco's probably calling it down, and then they're signaling it.
Yeah, no, I think Adam Franco's the play caller this week. I'll have to look at halftime. I'm not sure.
It'll be 2nd down and 10, Cocoa at the Norland 40-yard line. After the no gain on 1st. 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers either side. Hart drops back to pass. Lets one fly upfield, looking for his receiver. It's intercepted again by Norland as the safety drifts over, and Gerard Smith gets an easy one that time over the top. And Norland will take over inside their own 10. That is Smith's 8th interception of the season and Hart's 3rd turnover of the first half. And Norland Nothing's slowing him down.
You know what that play reminded me of, Logan? Ed Reed coming across. He was nowhere in the play until that ball was released.
Yeah, and that was a panic play, too. That A-gap blitz was about to get home. Coco's got to do a better job of the blitz pickup, especially up the middle. And Hart's been hit several times tonight. That time he just let one go. And that safety just made a hell of a play to get over top. And
he was nowhere near that receive. That was straight one-on-one coverage, and the safety just.
Oh yeah, they were in cover one. He did his job playing center fielder.
Yep, sure did.
First down and 10, Norland at their own 10. That is Hart's third turnover of the first half for a fairly turnover avoiding quarterback, and not so far tonight. 2 interceptions and a scoop and score he let up. First and 10. Norland at their own 10, leading 27-7. They've scored once since the last time their offense took the field, in which they had to punt. Quick throw to the outside on the hitch is caught. He's trying to break the tackle, gets out across the 15 on first down. Hauled in there by Sean Smith. Or looks like it might have been number 27. That's Omar Jeffries Jr., rather. It'll be second down and about 4 for Norland. Again, no huddle. Coco bringing those safeties down. Second down and 4. Norland at their own 16-yard line.
Showing blitz, running cover 0 behind it. They drop out.
Poor runs right up the gut. First down, Norland. Again with the quarterback keeper. And there's some extracurriculars on the far side, and I think that's going to go against Norland.
It is. That's going to go against number 14.
Yeah, that is Jade Card, the 3-star.
And you immediately see he's off the field.
That'll push him back 15.
Yep. Coach is right in his ear hole right now.
Now, I guess clarify this for me. If it is after the play and he gets the first down, is it still first and 10, 15 yards back?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
So their first down would be right around the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah. That's a personal foul call, right?
It was a personal foul, but it was kind of still, it was happening. It started while the play was still going on, so they may not call this a dead ball foul, in which case it would negate the first down. Just depends on how they call it, yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the down markers here.
Well, if he puts his hand up before he calls the personal foul, then it's dead ball. If he doesn't do that, then it was a live ball foul.
As they're talking, Torch and some of the other officials on the far side with the Norland coaches here.
Yeah, I got to give credit to Torch here, Long. He's called a good game tonight.
Hey, yeah.
Really has.
As we wait the call here, Norland did get the first down there with the keeper by Ennio Yapor initially. Some extracurriculars after the play, and assuming 15 yards to come.
I don't think there's going to be an ejection. I think they're discussing exactly what you're talking about, Logan, on what this is going to be. But I don't know. It depends what he did.
The only reason they would eject him is if a punch was thrown. I didn't see his hand go up in the eject, but we're going to get the call right here.
Yep. And if there was, that's another week for that young man.
Well, they're going to move him back.
Let's see what Torch does here.
And it is a dead ball.
So it will be first and 10.
He's
out.
And
he's gone. Jade Card has been ejected from the game for Miami.
And I think he threw out a Coco Tiger,
too. I think so, too. He gave the double.
He gave the double ejection. It's a double ejection.
Both of them
They're both gone.
Are gone. I didn't see the Coco Tiger wrapped up in it, which is odd. You don't get a penalty, but you get ejected anyway.
Yeah. So it's first and actually 8 right now, or 9 is what it is.
Should be first and...
Yeah, it's going to be first and 10.
Yeah. Okay, so it is. All right.
First and 10, Norland from their own 12-yard line after the 15-yard penalty and the double ejection. It is first down and 10 for the Vikings. It's a handoff getting to the outside. Flying down the sideline and goes out of bounds, I think just short of the line to gain. That was Omar Jeffries Jr. with the handoff. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. Looks like a gain of about 6 or 7 to bring up second and short for Norland.
And that's no edge again. I mean, that's Hilson again getting sucked inside. And I don't know if he's coached to do that. That would be a strange thing to do with a 5 technique, but they're exploiting them on the edge.
I got a little opinion on this here after this play.
Second down and short. Handoff again right up the middle. And I think he's going to get the first down. We'll see where they give him forward progress on the run there by Maurice Clark.
the thing listen, Hilson's a 5-star, okay? He's going to be a great football player. But the thing you don't see from him on a lot of occasions, I don't see swim moves, Logan. I don't see stunt moves. I don't see inside outs from him. It's a lot of bull rushing. It's a lot of strength moves. And a lot of times when you go up against athletic tackles, they can match your athleticism and strength. And unless you're able to swim past them, swerve around them, and make some of the moves that, we've seen guys in the past with his wingspan, like Javon Curse have, you're going to get beat.
Yeah, no, well, on that last play, I mean, the offensive tackle blocked down, essentially leaving him unblocked, and he turned his shoulders and engaged him. So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's not what you do.
No, I get it, and I had a conversation with him, talking to him, way earlier in the summer, and I was like, you need to watch film on Javon Curse. I mean, to me, he's built exactly like him in terms of height, wingspan, and the things he's capable of doing, but Curse was one of the best at taking you one step to the outside and flying right past you in the middle.
Yeah, you got to have counters.
Yeah.
Because we did have a timeout on the field. Never really got a signal for whose timeout it was, but
it was Norland.
So Norland takes their first time out of the first half. They have 2 left. Cocoa still with all 3, as it will be first down and 10. Vikings up to their own 26, as turns out Maurice Clark did get enough yardage before he got out of bounds to pick up.
I'm still trying to figure out who got thrown out for Cocoa.
I couldn't tell. He was on the ground, and then was more focused on.
That was definitely the double ejection sign.
Yeah, it was. And he looked at Cocoa's sideline and made a statement. It is going to be first down and 10. Norland at their own 24-yard line, assumedly late in this first half. Not knowing the exact time. Play fake. Yapor drops back to pass. Has all day and night to throw. Still no pressure. None at all. Yapor finally gets pressure home. Flags come in. Assume it's going to be a hold, and he's finally sacked by Cocoa after all that time. Number 17 gets home to make the play. It's Anthony Williams, but there is a flag down, and judging by how long that was and where that flag came in, assuming it's going to be holding.
Well,
it is.
Listen, you're not. There's not a lot that you can pick on Yapor for tonight, but he waited entirely too long with it. He held on that ball.
Either take off or throw it away.
You got to start running with that football. Cocoa only rushed 3, Logan.
Yeah, they dropped 8, and they did a good job dropping 8 there. I mean, that was a straight-up coverage sack. There was nowhere to go with the ball. But when you're as athletic as him, you would expect him to be able to take off and run with it, because at that point, most of the 8 defenders that dropped deep were 15 yards downfield.
Yep.
Second down and 18 coming up, as I believe the penalty was declined. Handoff, trying to get to the outside. No edge capture there to the outside. Goes Norland across the 30. And a big-time run with all the room to run for Omar Jeffries Jr. makes it 3rd and short. And Cocoa's defense needs to make a stand here on 3rd down. They've only gotten off the field once.
And they're going to go right back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and about 3 for Norland at their own 31.
And that was, again, the same thing we were just talking about with Javion.
Yeah, it's going to a three-down lineman look, too. And
handoff right up the middle. First down to the outside goes Norland across the 40. And another chain movement for the Norland Vikings offense, as it's Omar Jeffries again. First down, Vikings, and he gets out of bounds as well to stop the clock.
They must be playing 15-minute quarters. But they are literally attacking the left side of the Cocoa Tiger defensive line right now.
They have been all night.
They're in a 3-man front, and that time Hilson did a nice job of containing the edge and staying there. You got too far upfield, and it gave the running back a lane to bounce it.
Flags down on the field. Looks like it's going to be on the Vikings ahead of first down. You see Cocoa with 3 very high. He's covered 3 very high over the top. Again, I don't know how much time is left. It's actually on Cocoa, the penalty there, but I don't know how much time is left. I don't know if they're trying to prevent a deep shot to the end zone with so much time is left, considering they still have 2 timeouts.
Mark it off on Norland.
Oh, yeah, he pointed the wrong way. It is a false start.
And we called this 88, dropping 8, rushing 3, and I guess they're under the assumption with the time, and I'm sure they have a familiarity with how much time is left, but you're kind of assuming that Norland's going to drop back and pass it, so you're going to take that away. And, you leave yourself open to running the ball, but
as Yapor drop throws, wide open slant, caught. And it's going to get across the original line of scrimmage there as he finds Dawson Quarterman. That will bring up 2nd down and about 8. It's a gain of 7 on 1st. gets the penalty yards back and then some. We get word from the PA, under 1 minute to go in the first half. Now Norland looking to keep the drive. Yapor drops back to pass. Second down, has all the time in the world. Throws upfield. That ball tipped up in the air. Nearly intercepted. Flags come in, though, around where that ball is thrown.
And that's 15 yards against Coco. That's a silly play right there.
What do they call?
They called Tyon Jacobs. They're going to call him for the late hit on the receiver.
Yeah, I see it there.
Yep.
He lowers his shoulder.
He sure does.
That also could be called possibly a defenseless receiver.
Yeah, and he's hurt too. So this is going to be
he
interesting.
took a lick.
Yeah, he did. It's going to be an interesting call. It's definitely 15 yards.
But the question is, I guess, to go against it, if you were to argue, is was he within that range when the ball hit his hands to make the hit? It's tough to tell on the replay there, as he was kind of right there.
Well,
officials' discretion.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah, I'm with you, Logan. I mean, defensive guys anymore, and they're going to pick it up. And that's just going to say
that's a good call.
Defensive guys anymore, man, they just can't hit people.
No,
and so they picked the flag up, and I like the call to pick the flag because it was a clean hit,
but it's a
clean
hit.
Right,
yeah,
exactly
you
right.
can hit.
It's a bang play too. I mean, what do you want him to just move out of the way while the guy's bearing down? I mean, he's right there when it happens. You can't do.
He
can't move out of the way.
He didn't launch at him like what would constitute targeting in college. He stood his ground and lowered his shoulder, and he ran right into him.
And the thing that scared me on that one was the two flags. Normally when you get two flags that fly in there like that, they're not waving it off.
A lot of times, I mean, I'd rather them throw a flag and wave it off than miss one, so I understand it. Trying to get ahead of the call just by what they saw and then going to convene.
We're being trolled. You see that? Terrell Nellum just trolling us. He said, so the best team in Brevard is 3-3. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see Coco and O'Galley line up.
Line it up. There's one way to figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll all figure it out tomorrow.
Second down and 6. It's a handoff up the middle. Bouncing outside again for Norland. First down and more across the 50. Flag comes flying in from the 20-yard line. What a throw by that official.
Yeah, he threw that flag at somebody.
On the run by Omar Jeffries.
See what he signals the torch here. And you know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened.
It's a hold on Norland.
Here's what happened. I praised the torch, and all of a sudden, here it comes.
You're getting torched.
I'm getting torched.
We're getting torched.
But, yeah, I would say, I'm still going to go with Coco. I think it's competition.
Not going to speak on it yet. We're going to see a whole second half to play.
There's not. O'Galley's got a bye, Merritt Island. I mean, that's the one I felt guilty about, was Merritt Island being 6-1 and being.
I'll just say if Coco loses, let's give Merritt Island Christian number 1 if they stay on.
Yeah, there you go. Put the Cougars up top. The 8-man guys. That's right.
They're undefeated.
That's right. And you know what? They, too, are state champions.
We'll see how the public reacts to that one.
Mm-hmm.
But they're undefeated, so.
Yeah, they are.
Right.
That means they're the best.
They are. That's a very good point you make. I don't think they'd argue with that either.
And listen, they are
right up the middle. First down, Norland again. No flags this time. On the run again by Omar Jeffries.
Did you see the FHSAA rankings? What a silly joke they are.
Well, I talked to,
but they are, as people in the county want us to do our rankings by record, right?
Yeah. Coco's rated below a team. Now, regardless of how they're playing right now, they're rated below a team that is in the rural classification.
Right.
That's all I'll say.
Right. So that's the half. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. We're going to take a break. And we'll be back here on the Brevard Sports Network. And Coco trails this thing by 20. But they better make some adjustments quick. All right, welcome back here. Yeah, we're good. On Brevard Sports Network, where the Cocoa Tigers are going to have to try to dig themselves out of a 20-point hole here, and they do not get the ball to start the second half, by the way. They took the opening drive and marched right down the field. But since then, Logan, it's been all Miami-Norland.
Yeah, I'm just exploiting what they can exploit offensively. I mean, we saw the bulk of their rushing yards coming off of the edge, and when they do mix it up, it's been quarterback power up the middle. And, powerful running quarterback like that, he's able to pick up those yards, and it's been kind of picking them apart in the RPO game as well. Offensively for Cocoa, we saw the one good drive, and then that was it.
Jackson, you and I often talk about this offense, and I've been back and forth on this game all week long, and I said to you right before we pulled in the parking lot, I said, and I predicted Cocoa would win this football game, but I said to you, how shocked would you be if Miami-Norland could get to a point where they have a possibility to run a clock? But I never would have thought that could be it, but the thing that conflicted me on this game tonight, was the balance of Miami-Norland. And I was talking to our good buddy Juan earlier, and, he said he thought the balance of Miami-Norland would be better than that of the Cocoa offense. And, that's exactly what we've seen so far. Defensively, they're disguising some things, Logan, but it's pretty basic. And on offense, I'm not seeing any creativity.
Yeah, well, we talked in the pregame, what team has a defense that can slow down this Cocoa offense, and I think you're seeing it. It is a basic defense, but there's wrinkles to it, like you said, the disguises you're seeing, and to run a disguised zone coverage in high school is high level. Yeah. And it's a disguise every play because they're just sitting in a too high shell, but they're not running cover 2 every play.
Nope.
So they could be in man, they could be in zone, they could drop down to cover 3, and I think that's really confusing Brady Hart up to this point.
And look, that's just good coaching.
Yeah, I mean,
that's outstanding.
The guy's
coaching.
been there for 16 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the standard's the standard down there in Miami, and these kids coming up, they're going to Norland, they know what to expect.
I mean, you look at it, too, that very early interception we saw thrown by Hart on that hitch route. I think that kind of threw them off their game offensively, made them think that they need to change what works best for this offense. They've tried to reinvent the wheel almost with how they play football offensively, and no matter which way they've shaken it, Norland's been out on top.
Yep, that's for sure. All right, Jackson, get us started here, quarter number 3.
It'll be Trout to kick off for Cocoa, the first kickoff he'll have since the first drive of the first half. That kick goes very deep and out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And it will be first down and 10, Norland at their own 20. We do get a score update. The two teams to this point that Cocoa had lost to, IMG and Venice facing off. And IMG lead that one 21-7. And I kind of expected that. I mean, that Venice offense and lack of defense attack is not going to work against IMG, and it isn't so far. And not utterly surprised to see that.
Some really good games around the state tonight. Miami Central's also at Miami Northwestern.
That's a big rivalry.
Yeah.
This Norland team beat that Northwestern team by 4 2 weeks ago in a dramatic ending over Teddy Bridgewater's team.
Yeah. Good point. Forgot about that.
And Miami Central, the one team ranked above O'Galley right now in all of 3A. So stakes there. First down and 10 for Norland to start the second half. They'll start with a toss to the outside. Good blocking upfield. And that's going to be gained about 8 or 9 on first down on the toss to Omar Jeffries Jr.
And that time they run away from the side of Javion Hilson. And I was down by the locker room, guys, for a good majority of the half. I didn't hear any paint peeling going on in terms of, coaches addressing. So I would imagine it was just a halftime filled with adjustments, and we'll see how they play out.
And it's going to be 2nd and 1, Norland at their own 29-yard line. They bring a man in motion. It's a jet touch pass to the outside, cutting upfield, diving ahead, and I think he got the first down with that dive. That's Terrence Honeywood. And I think it's going to be first down.
Yeah, they're still trying to go after that edge, and right now their only edge defender on both of those plays has been the corner, and the corner's been getting blocked by the wideout. So kind of more of the same so far.
Melbourne on top of Bayside 14-6. MCC doing exactly what they should be doing to Halifax Academy.
Saw Titusville also trailing by 20 to Seminole. Handoff up the middle, first down and 10. Nowhere to go that time.
Good play.
Good stop by Cocoa there by number
That's Tyon.
16.
I'm sorry.
That is Cameron Barlow.
Yeah, sorry, Cameron Barlow.
It's only a gain of a yard. 2nd down and 9 for Norland, again with the tempo at their own 36-yard line.
And Logan, I got a question for you as it pertains to transfers coming up, and we've discussed the positives, but I want to ask you about this coming up.
2nd down and 9. Quick throw underneath the curl, wide open to the outside, churning the feet, trying to get to the first, won't get there. But still a great chunk of yardage on 2nd down for Norland on the curl and the catch by Jamari Smith.
As a guy that's coached at this level and, a defensive coordinator, Coco had a lot of guys come in from other schools and replace other guys this year. Is this just a matter of they just can't get it paired up?
That could be part of it. I mean, yeah, that's, you got new guys that weren't up and coming in the program, didn't play in your JV program, so you don't really, you're kind of learning on the fly. And, when you got a tough schedule early on in the season, it's tough to kind of mesh together, on the fly.
And that's exactly what Coco needed to do there, Jackson, to start half number 2, and that's get a stop. They allow 1 first down, but Norland is scheduled to punt.
It'll bring up 4th down, and that's a big stop that Coco absolutely needed to start the second half, and that's exactly what they need to start with here. And that is going to be only the second drive tonight for Norland in which they don't score, outside of the one that the clock shortened at the end of the first half. As good snap, boot is away.
Good punt.
And telling everyone to clear out down there. Norland downs at about the 31 or 32-yard line, down by Jaheim Hines. And I'll pose a question to both of you here. If you're Coco offensively, what do you do here? What adjustments can you make in the second half? Through the first half, the pass game slowly went away. The run game never really developed. If you're Coco, what can you do to spark something here offensively?
I think you go back to the script on your opening drive.
Yep.
Where you ran there. That was your most effective plays. And earlier in the game, I mean, they were exploiting them on the margins as well, on the deep out routes, on the quick hitch routes, the curl routes, anything on the sideline. They were kind of getting what they wanted, so I'd go back to that.
1st down and 10, Coco at their own 32. Lane motions into the backfield. Hart throws to the outside to Boggs on the screen. Boggs lowers the head downfield. Javen Boggs, 1st down, Coco across the 45. And again, just going back there to kind of their bread and butter, their game plan, the quick screen, and let Boggs work. And he just lowers the head there and just keeps churning the feet. 1st down, Tigers.
That's what he does.
And you catch him in off coverage too, so your slot receiver was able to get a hand on the on one of the defenders and let Boggs go make a man miss.
1st down and 10, Coco at their own 47, handoff up the middle. Latrisson Lane makes a man miss, breaks a tackle across the 50. That will bring up 2nd down and 3, Coco at the Norland 46. Last time they crossed midfield in the first half, it ended with a Brady Hart interception down inside the 10 on a deep ball. Can't have that here. 2nd down and 4 for Coco at the Norland 47. They motion Lane in the backfield again. 2 receivers split either side of the line. Hart quick throws the screen again to Boggs. That time Norland conceals that edge. He's going to get just short of the line to gain by a yard. It's going to be a gain of 3. 3rd and 1, Coco at the Norland 44. 4-down territory here.
Kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid right now. Move the football.
It is 3rd down and 1, Coco at the Norland 44. 2 receivers either side. Doubles are stacked. Norland stacking the box.
They're bringing that jailhouse blitz, Logan.
Yeah, they are.
I'll tell you, Adam Franco down on the sideline.
I see him down there now.
45. 3rd down and 1. Hart throws. Quick slant. Out in front. It is caught going to the ground there. Nice play by Nicky Teeter going and getting that one. 1st down, Coco.
Good conversion. I like the slant there out of the stacked look to the stacked receiver. I wouldn't have minded seeing that now screen that they threw on the previous 2 plays as well, because you had off coverage with really no apex defender on the stack man.
And it says Northwestern's up 7-3 over Central. That's a good football game.
Definitely helping Norland's case. They beat that Northwestern team.
Yeah, for sure.
1st down and 10, Coco at the Norland 39. Man in motion is Pillow. They don't give it to him. They do hand off to Latrisson Lane, and he's trying to turn the feet. Nowhere to go, and that's a loss on 1st down for Coco and Latrisson Lane. Flying in there for Norland was Sean Smith and Jaheim Hines. And that will be a loss of about 4 yards. 2nd and 14, Coco at the Norland 42.
That's why I think Coco's still clear-cut favorites to win 2A. Vero Beach is all over Booker T. Washington, 17-7. We've seen Vero Beach several times this year. Look, I mean, they aren't the Vero Beach teams that Jankowski had a couple of years ago. They're a good team, but they aren't those teams. And they're up 10 over Booker T right now. That tells me all I need to know.
2nd and 14. Hart drops back, throwing over the middle. Receiver trips, and what should have been a surefire interception dropped by the DB there, number 8. Kenton Dobson looking for a second interception there. Boggs slips on the route, and that could have been disaster. That could have been interception number 3.
He was open, too.
He sure was.
That one wouldn't have been on Hart if it did get intercepted. And that's one you have to have if you're Dobson juggling it and dropping it. 3rd and 14 for Cocoa at the Norland 42. Still believe it's 4-down territory.
I don't think you have to get it all here.
I like a screen right here.
I do, too. I like a screen or maybe even that slant again.
Yeah,
3rd down and 14 for Cocoa at the Norland 42. Hart drops back. Pocket collapsing. Hit in the head. Gets away. No, he does not. Hart sacked back at his own 45-yard line by the UCF commit, Daryl Desir, hitting the Cam Ward celebration.
And let me tell you something. He got held all the way back to they grabbed him by the back of his jersey.
There's a flag down all the way in the secondary, though. So hold on.
If it's
Schneider and Franco
holding against the defense, that's 10 yards. There. It's not an automatic first down.
But that negates the sack yardage, correct? Yeah, so it's from where they were at. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 now on the reset, which may lead to the fact that there was nobody open downfield. But that was a disastrous play for Hart there. And that's one where you can't really stick it out in the pocket. And if you're going to roll out, you can't run backwards. You just got to kind of flush yourself out, step up. Now, luckily, you get the holding penalty downfield.
Well, it's a part of his game. He still has to, develop. Listen, the kid's got the arm, the all-star arm, but, learning how to slide in, slide out, slide up in the pocket, Logan, are very critical against great pass rushing teams.
Yeah, learning how to navigate the pocket, that would have been a good example of that. You have a guy running the hump on you, just step up.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Mandarin leads Rockledge 18-7. Rockledge led that one early, 7-2.
That's the team I think is going to have something to say in terms of our Super Sevens. That's the team I really think is going to get just progressively better as the year goes on.
It is 3rd down and now 5 for Cocoa at the Norland 34. And we will have our 3rd quarter water break, meaning we're already halfway through. Still no score yet in the 3rd. Norland still leads by 20. Cocoa driving after an early Norland punt. And undoubtedly, Cocoa needing to score when this drive is all said and done. But they're facing 3rd and 5 after their first attempt at it. Went backwards big time. Now they get a free 10 yards, and we'll see if they can convert it this time around.
Yeah, I think, again, you have 2 downs to pick up, 7 yards here. And so, I don't think that's the issue. The issue is going to be putting this football in the end zone here. What are you doing here, Logan?
It's starting to get a little late early as well.
Yes, that's correct.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, you got to start moving. What am I doing here? I mean, run game hasn't particularly been there, so you almost have to put the ball in the air. But you're absolutely right. You don't have to pick up all 5 of these yards right here.
Yep.
I think one of those now screens that you ran earlier to Boggs might be the play out of that stacked look to see if how they come out on that. They're going to go 2 wide here. I think the playbook's relatively open here.
It is 3rd down and 5. Cocoa at the Norland 34-yard line. Need to get to the 29 to keep the chains moving and keep the drive alive.
Keep your eye down here. Boggs looks like he's got one-on-one coverage. Maybe it's a corner shot.
Corner stepping off. 3rd down and 5. Hart, quick throw outside. It was batted down at the line of scrimmage. No chance to get it to Boggs. And now it is 4th down and 5 for the Cocoa Tigers at the Norland 34. No doubt they're going for it, but if they don't get it here.
Play the game. This could be the game.
Oh, this is for all the marbles.
A lot on the line here midway through the 3rd. A 20-point lead for Norland. It's 4th down and 5. Cocoa at the Vikings 34. They tried the hard count, no movement. Hart looks to the sideline.
And now Ryan Schneider's calling the play.
We'll see if they snap it. I assume they still will. 4th and 5. Hart in the shotgun. They do. Hart drops back to pass. Pocket collapsing. Throws outside. Was it caught? No. Too far outside. It's dropped, and Cocoa turns it over on downs. Looking to the outside. Had his man open. It was Javen Boggs. And Norland will take over 1st and 10 at their own 34.
Adam Franco was hot about something.
He had Pillow wide open.
Yeah.
If he leads Pillow's in the end zone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hart overthrows Javen Boggs on a must-convert 4th down and 5. Now it's 1st and 10. Norland at their own 34-yard line. Less than halfway left, or more than halfway through quarter number 3. Norland still leads by 20.
But if I'm confessing, I didn't see it until I looked down on our delay. I didn't see it live.
First down and 10, Norland at their own 34. In the shotgun again is Enio Yapor. 3 touchdowns in the first half. It's a handoff up the middle. And that'll get across the 40.
And right now, this is all Miami-Norland needs to do.
Yeah.
They haven't thrown many balls since
No, this is all they need to do. And Coco all year, whether it's Ticeville, whether it's Heritage, whoever, IMG, they have had a propensity to give up the run.
Well, what did you say? They got over 800 team rushing yards?
Yeah.
This is kind of what they do.
That ball outside just dropped by the receiver, and the flag comes in late, and that will be a first down for Norland.
That's 15 and a silly play there.
That'll come on Tank White.
Can't have it.
Yeah, Tank White.
Drops the ball. He throw him down. The only excuse if you didn't know he dropped the ball, but I'm pretty sure he knew. 15 yards. That'll be first down coming for Miami-Norland, in which it would have been third down. And that's a ball. Now, you get away with it if you're Norland, but that's a ball you can't really drop right off the hands there. And, again, you get away with it, but don't want to have that.
Worked out better for him.
It sure did.
That it did.
You say, thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah.
It is now first down and 10. Norland across midfield at the Coco 44 after the 15-yard penalty. Once again, the shotgun is Enio Yapor. Turns, gives up the middle, nowhere to go. Coco's front finally gets inside, whistled dead quickly. And we'll see where progression gets him. Not far. Javion Hilson finally gets through. That's a loss of a yard. Second down and 11. Norland at the Coco 45.
You know what he did that time? He took a step in, took his arm up underneath, and was able to get leverage, Logan.
Yeah, he did. And kind of slanted onto the inside and met the runner right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Tempo stays up for Norland. Yapor drops back to pass. No pressure at all this time. He'll get flushed out to the outside. Coco gets on him. Deep shot downfield is overthrown out of bounds. Incomplete. And that'll bring up third down and 11. Coco the chance to get a big stop here and get the offense back on the field.
Yapor right now is just taking way too much. He's got to make this. And look, I'm nitpicking here, but as a former quarterback, I'm going to tell you right now, Logan, he has got to make quicker decisions.
Yeah, and he had time there for a minute, and then, Hilson was able to spring free and kind of force him out of the pocket.
Maybe not quite a cake on that one, but he certainly could have baked a cookie.
Yeah, at least one cookie.
Right.
Third down and 11. Dropping back again is Yapor. Coco getting through to the outside, has a man open. It's caught. Flag comes in.
That's a good
That's going to be
play.
a hold on, I believe, number 55 on
is.
Hilson. And that is going to back him up. It would have had him just short of the line to gain anyway, but this is going to make it even more. Now Coco, we'll see if they accept it. I think they will. That'll make it third down and 21.
Hilson pointing at the flag. He is the one that was held.
Yeah, I saw that one. Looked back at the line of scrimmage, and he was on the ground.
Did you guys see that throw?
It was
across
a good throw.
the field.
Yeah, that was a good ball.
Could have hit him a little sooner.
Yeah.
It will be third down and 21 for Norland, back at their own 46-yard line. Got to get all the way to the Coco 34 to convert, and Coco cannot let this one up.
I would not be shocked if they went right side here with a run.
Bunch set up front for Norland, only one receiver far outside. Third down and 21. Yapor will drop back to pass. Yapor blitzed hard and getting home. Again is Javion Hilson. Hilson's starting to break out a little bit more here in the third quarter. Fourth down and forever for Norland. And Coco is going to get the ball back offensively. And if it hasn't been said enough already, they definitely need to score.
Well, he didn't get any. He just blew right past the guy that time. I mean, there was nothing fancy about that. Credit to Javion Hilson. He just ran. That's just, I want the quarterback more than you want to block for him on this play.
Yeah, just beat him on the first step.
Yeah.
Kind of got a little low on that inside shoulder, dipped underneath him, and it's a good speed rush.
And a smart play by Yapor to just take the sack.
Coco's defense, I got to say, seems like they have made some adjustments. They've stopped Norland now twice in 2 drives to start the second half. Offense needing to make something happen now. Good punt, drops inside the 30, and Coco clearing away from it. It'll die at the 19-yard line. First and 10 Tigers inside their own 20 to take over drive number 2 of the second half. That opening drive got into Norland territory, but a turnover on downs did them in.
getting down to the nitty-gritty. Logan, you play any gaming stuff like Dungeons and Dragons and things? You ever did anything like that?
I play a bunch of video games.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Gamerz R Us, located here in Cocoa. And I tell you, man, we're excited to have Seth and Gamerz R Us back for another year. And keep it local, folks. That's what we ask. And please patronize those that support youth and prep sports in Brevard County.
First down and 10. They're actually going to rule that Norland touched that ball early, so they'll have it at the 26. Tristan Lane out of the backfield. Hart drops back, flushed out of the pocket, breaks a sack. Hart's going to tuck it and run. Hart down the sideline and goes out of bounds and gets pushed out. And that's going to be a flag and another one. And if I'm just going to say if that's a late hit, I disagree.
Yeah, it's ticky-tacky, but you'll take it. They need it, and that's 15 more on top of it.
Credit to Hart for running. He doesn't like to tuck it, but he did there, got the yardage, got out of bounds, and may have got him 15 more.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the official saw intent there.
It is. 15-yard penalty. That'll be a Cocoa first down. It'll probably get him up to around the 50. And that's one, if you're Norland, just let him run out of bounds. He's clearly heading that way, not going to cut back.
Here's the thing right now, New Orleans do. I almost called him New Orleans. Norland, I did call him New Orleans. Norland is doing, they're letting Cocoa hang around this thing.
They are. Yeah. They are. They're kind of making silly mistakes. They started doing that late in the first half as well. That's kind of what halted their offensive momentum a little bit, and kind of seeing more of the same here in the second half.
First down and 10, Cocoa at their own 47. Hart in the shotgun with Lane, trips far side. One very high safety for Norland. Play fake, throwing the screen to the far side to Zach Pillow. Pillow lunges ahead for a gain of 2 yards on first. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. Cocoa at their own 49. Late in quarter number 3. Still don't know how late.
Did you see that Georgia-Alabama game last week, Logan, or were you, unfortunately doing what you do with Florida State?
No. I quit watching Florida State. I can't put myself through it. After week 2, I was like, I think we're going to mail it in this year. Yes, I did catch a good majority of that game.
That was a good game.
Yeah, it was. 2nd down and 8 for Cocoa at their own 49-yard line. Hart in the shotgun again, drops back to pass. Has time, no, really, as he's hit as he throws, tipped, incomplete. And once again, an incompletion on 2nd, sets up 3rd down and 8, and puts Cocoa kind of behind schedule.
Now, I know you have to have the athletes to do this, and that's bat balls down and get to the quarterback, but Norland's putting some things on tape tonight because they are doing some scheme things, Logan.
Yeah, I've been watching Daryl Desir.
Yeah.
And he's got the offensive tackle in an absolute spin cycle in the last 3 plays.
He's a 3-star UCF commit. His twin brother on the other side of that line, Daryl and Mandrell Desir, both UCF commits, both committed on the same day. Reminds me of the Griffin brothers.
Yeah.
It is 3rd down and 8 for Cocoa at their own 49. 5 wide for Hart in the shotgun. 4-down territory the rest of the way. Norland shows blitz up front. They do not bring it, but
I think they got him on a false start.
I think they did as well.
Yeah. Got the Tigers.
And Cocoa will jump. That's going to make it 3rd and 13 as that pushes them behind the sticks. And again, this offense just stalling out, not looking very familiar at all to what we've seen out of Cocoa offensively this year, and not looking like a clear answer of how to get out of it. 3rd down and 13.
This is the best anybody's played this offense in the last 2 years.
I would agree.
I mean, Venice didn't stop them. Cocoa turned the ball over 4 times to IMG, but Cocoa moved the football in that game.
3rd down and 13. Hart flushes out, pocket collapsing, lets one fly, has Boggs into coverage. What a catch by Javen Boggs inside the 30. And that's that classic statement.
Yeah.
Boggs is down there somewhere.
Look, I'm going to tell you.
Chucks it up.
He just hit the X button on that one.
What a catch. Up on top of his head, 1 foot in bounds, all he needs. First down, Cocoa to the Norland 23. And Hart throws up a prayer for Boggs, and he answers.
And that was a prayer perfectly placed, too.
Hart turns, hands off to Tristan Lane. Lane to the edge. Lowers his shoulder just out at about the 20. It's a gain of about 3 on first down.
He had 8 if he wanted it. If he wanted to cut back to the left, the offense is left there. Instead, he bounced it.
That's a hell of a catch.
I'll tell you what, if they score here, this game is not over.
No.
Just yet. I wish I knew how much time we had to deal with.
Yeah, I do too. But we got to be winding down here in quarter number 3.
I think it's ending right now.
Yes, it is.
Nope.
No, it is not. Heard a whistle. 2nd down and 8 for Cocoa at the Norland 21. Play fake by Hart. Has the screen. Throws a slant. It's caught inside the 10-yard line. And it will be 1st down and goal. That is Nicky Teeter, who really hasn't been involved tonight so far, but gets one there and a big one. And that will bring up 1st down and goal for Cocoa to the Norland 10-yard line. It's the worst kind of 1st and goal, but it is 1st and goal nonetheless.
And, yeah, no doubt. And inside the Gamers are us red zone. When's the last time they were in red zone?
The first drive.
First drive of the game. It is 1st down and 10. Cocoa at the Norland 10-yard line. Hart turns, hands off up the middle. Nowhere to go for Latristan Lane, and he's driven backwards and really doesn't put up much fight on that one.
It's a nice job by Lane to protect that football. And it's 2 different lines when it comes to running the football.
Yeah. That goes back for a loss of 4 yards, and again, just the losses. And I've talked about how I think Cocoa has a good rushing attack. They just don't use it, but tonight it just hasn't been great at all. It's 2nd down and 14, or 2nd and goal at the 14 for Cocoa. Hart drops back to pass. The trips are on the far side. He'll throw a slip screen underneath, trying to cut upfield. No blocking, and he just trips down for a loss of another yard. And it is now going to be 3rd and goal at the 15 off the slip screen, going nowhere for Latristan Lane.
That's a high-level job by the linebacker, Tannery Moore. Kind of sniffed that screen out and got right into Lane's hip pocket.
Yeah.
3rd down and goal, Cocoa at the 15 as they got all the way down to the 10, have only been pushed back since then.
And he made up a lot of ground to do it.
Yeah.
5 wide on 3rd and goal, Hart in the shotgun. And we got whistles pre-snap here.
And I tell you what, I like this timeout right here. I do. I think it's a good timeout.
Timeout by Norland, their first of the second half, late in the 3rd quarter. Cocoa with 2 shots left in the end zone here, in which they have to stay in this ball game.
So, you know, we're going to talk about it tonight or next week or whenever, you know, but we have talked about the Tigers. This would be a loss to Norland if the score remains the same. This would be a loss to IMG if the score remains the same, or the score was the same, and to Venice. So, you know, they got wins over Heritage, they got wins over Titusville. But when this schedule was put together, it was assumed that those would be wins, right? What does this mean for the program? There's no signature win for the schedule they put together thus far. I don't know that Apopka is going to be that win because Apopka isn't what we thought they would be this year.
That's not a statement win. If you're the Cocoa Tigers, that's not making a statement. That's rebounding if you lose here tonight. But you look back 2 weeks, back in a game that I still, and I think majority of people in Brevard believe they should have beat Venice. They gave them that football
10.
game with the onside kicks and whatnot. And I think there's a sort of accordion effect and a butterfly effect if they win that football game. Because right now, this just doesn't look like Cocoa football. Norland's doing a fantastic job defensively, but there's not that energy in the Cocoa offense we've been expecting.
Yeah, seen a little bit on this drive, but for the most part, you're 100% correct.
3rd and goal at the 15. Hart drops back. Blitz coming off the edge. Hart is sacked for a loss of 6 yards. It'll be 4th and goal at the 21-yard line. And that is a huge play for Norland as all 3 plays from goal to go situation have gone backwards, and the kicking unit is going to come out here. And I guess Cocoa's just trying to do some damage control here and cut it to 17 with the field goal.
Pillow's wide open on that play, didn't even look to him.
Nope.
And that's something Hart's done tonight. He has not really looked past Javen Boggs. And kicking the field goal will be Marcus Trout, and this is going to be about a 39-yarder. This is to cut it to 17. Taking the points where they can get him at this point. They had it at the 10, dropped all the way back to the 21. From 39, it's blocked! And Cocoa's best drive since the opening drive will still go down with no points on the board. No harm, no foul for Miami-Norland. They will take back over off a big block.
Thomas Robinson concurred with you. He said the guy on the left side of the field was wide open again.
And you had a natural pick. He was kind of running an arrow route where you had the slant over top of him, drew that corner with him and kind of took away the overhang. All you got to do is hit him right now. I mean, he's athletic enough to, at least
he'll make the play.
He'll make the play. If he doesn't score, he's getting to the 2-3 yard line and making it a real decision you got to make.
Yeah.
In the second half, Cocoa's defense has made 2 stops, but the offense hasn't done anything on the scoreboard as the field goal attempt is blocked after getting inside the red zone for the first time since the first drive of the game.
Is that the end of the quarter?
The drive doesn't even end in the red zone either.
The quarter can't end right now.
No, it would not be such.
Didn't we have the water break like 23 minutes ago?
Yeah, I think so.
First down and 10, Norland at their own 20 after the blocked field goal try by Coco. Handoff up the middle, bouncing to the outside. Trying to get dragged down from behind, can't do it. That's going to be another Norland first down across the 30-yard line there by Maurice Clark.
That time with Boggs catching fire, Hilson catching fire, they're running away from him now, and that, I think, is the quarter.
That will do it for quarter number 3. No score either way. And Norland looking to close in on a statement win over the Cocoa Tigers with 12 minutes. The final 12 minutes set to go. Not up on the clock, but metaphorically, as Norland leads Cocoa 27-7.
All right, welcome back to Richard Dick Blake Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter, and it's Miami-Norland ball, and here to tell you about Yapor and what he's going to do, Jackson Robb.
Uphill battle to come for the Cocoa Tigers. First and 10, Norland at their own 35-yard line. Bunch set up front. Wouldn't expect a lot of passing here in the fourth quarter from the Vikings. Handoff up the middle. Cocoa is there, and that's going to bring up second down. And for all the questions we raised about this defense, albeit first half was definitely shaky, but the second half, Cocoa has made some changes, albeit it hasn't been a very wide play selection from Norland, but the run defense has improved. So far, it's just been a lack of offense in the second half that has held Cocoa behind by 20.
Yeah, Alex, we were talking about that, all the disguising and the great coaching. I mean, we've been talking about it all night long. I mean, that is the difference.
Second down and 10. It's going to be a keeper for Yapor. Right up the middle goes Yapor, gashing the defense to the outside. First down and more. He runs over his own blocker, and a huge gain of about 24 yards. Flags come in very far after the play here, as it was a first down for Norland up to the Cocoa 41, but a very late flag.
Well, it's going to be a first down if it's against Norland.
It's a first down anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I think it's going to be personal foul against Norland for 15 yards.
It is after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Cocoa. 15 more for Norland. And this drive looking to put the nail in the coffin for the Cocoa Tigers and drop them to 500 if they can't make a comeback here.
This is just a heck of a job by Daryl Heidelberg and his staff tonight.
Coaching's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Heidelberg and his team has come in and played a well-disciplined football game in a hostile environment on the road 3 hours away. And they didn't panic when Cocoa went down the field and scored on them in 5 plays, Logan. This is a good job here tonight.
Yeah, excellent coaching job, having your team ready and not getting rattled by that opening drive touchdown, saying, hey, look, we're just going to go play our game. And that's what they've done since the opening whistle.
Yep.
Seems to be a lack of energy here at Richard Dick Blake Stadium. First down and 10, Norland at the Cocoa 26.
Score all but puts this one away.
Yapor in the shotgun, whistles pre-snap here. Whistle it live. First down and 10, motion to the back. Yapor will pass it, looking upfield, throws it down the seam, tipped and incomplete. That one you would have loved to have an interception if your Cocoa goes right through the defender's hands there. That'll bring up second and 10. That's one you have to have there.
I think
that was Oki's battle.
I don't know how Larry Torch missed that one. He's done a great job here tonight. But Jamion Hilson's jersey was off his shoulder pad. He was being held.
It sounds like the Cocoa faithful are letting him know as well.
I mean, he's been held a few times tonight. It is second down and 10. And it's going to be a read option keeper. Yapor rolling out right, running backwards, just heaves that one downfield and out of bounds. Flag's going to come in.
Yeah, you sure are.
I mean, 50, he went out for a route.
He did.
Didn't report eligible. That'll be a penalty.
There he is. Look at him.
An eligible man downfield on.
That's a lonely feeling if you're an offensive lineman.
Well, I don't think it was a design pass.
No.
I don't
but once
so.
you realize you're down that far, you're like, oh, man, coach is going to be all in me. That's 15 on Monday.
That's what I was thinking. It was a read option and then just kind of threw it away. That will make it second down and about 15 for Norland at the Cocoa 31. Now accepting it does keep it second down for the Vikings.
I think Cocoa needs to find a way to generate a takeaway.
They nearly had one 2 plays ago.
Yeah, that's another thing that the defense this year has not done. They have not 2 takeaways all year.
Second down
or
and 15.
interceptions, I should say.
Second and 15, 2 receivers either side, stacked up and doubled. As that will be a handoff to the left side of the line. Again, it's open, cutting up field. And a solid gain on second there on the run.
That's going to be against, and here's the thing, it's going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Tank White, I believe.
And that would be his third 15-yard penalty of the game. It's 45 yards of penalties alone if it is on him.
Yeah.
If you have any hope of a comeback, you can't make plays like that. Personal foul, Cocoa,
personal
first
foul
down.
against Tank. And the play is not even on this side of the football field.
Wasn't even near him.
Nope.
Hey, you can't have that. That gives him more life.
Undisciplined football gives Norland a first down inside the tails of the Barkery red zone. As Norland trying to put the icing on the cake here up in Brevard County tonight. The last time we saw a Dade team play at Cocoa was 2016, in which Cocoa won their state semifinal game against Booker T. Washington. Back shoulder fade. Oh, my goodness. Drops it. He had it with one hand. Oh, my goodness. What a catch that would have been for Quarterman. But it's a would have been as he drops it going to the ground. That'll bring up second down and 10.
That's a heck of a job.
It just bounced off of him as he rolled over.
Oh,
he had it off the ground, too. It didn't even break it up. He just rolled over and lost it.
I like going after Tank on that one after the penalty.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I would have too. Because you got him thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you have the 15-yard penalties too. I mean, I don't know what their depth looks like at that position, but if Tank's, there, it doesn't make any unforced errors. But you got to keep an eye on it. You don't want to give up any more.
Nope.
Second down and 10, Norland at the Cocoa 12-yard line.
This is no give me field goal for Norland either.
No. Rolling out of the backfield, Yapor rolls the other way. Keeper,
nice
nowhere
job.
to go. No gain on second. That'll bring up third and 10 for Norland at the Cocoa 12, but the clock continues to roll.
Yeah, they don't care if they get in the end zone or not here. This is simply, We're
going to get I think that is the water break for the fourth quarter here.
So that would take us to about
halfway through,
5 or 6 minute mark here. In
Cocoa running out of time and running out of luck.
Yes, they are.
Well, now the clock will roll again, so that is not the case.
All right.
But still.
Thank you, Jackson. That's an emotional water break roller coaster ride there we put everybody on.
Yeah, not yet.
You got to have some fun.
Go back to the last play. That was the first time we saw this Cocoa defense string out an outside run and kind of force the
you're right. Because they've that's not, well, I'll say that after this play. That's not exactly a zone run, but they've been targeting that area all night.
Different quarterback in as
and
that run will go nowhere. That'll bring up fourth down and about 9 or 10. The quarterback in now is number 10, Kai Moore, the sophomore quarterback. Yapor out of the game. And it'll be fourth down and 10. Norland at the Cocoa 12.
And Hilson,
let's see what they do here.
Hilson set a hard edge right there and allowed the linebacker to come over the top and scrape.
Hilson has made a big impact in the second half of this game after being fairly absent from the stats. In the
they
first
went
half.
After him a couple times. They took advantage of his speed rush and went after him.
The offense will stay on the field for Norland. Fourth down and 10 at the Cocoa 12. First down would be inside the 2-yard line.
Yapor is back in.
Yapor is back in the game. trips far side. One receiver near is Quarterman.
I think he's telling him to wait till the referee puts his hand up, and then they may take a timeout, but they're trying to bleed the clock.
Yeah. Referee's hand is up, and there's the timeout.
Ahead of 4th down and 10, Norland takes their second timeout of the half, leaving 1 to go. But at this point, I doubt they'll need that timeout. At this point, Cocoa going to need a lot. We have our first final of the night. The MCC Hustlers thrash Halifax Academy 49-0 at home. And again, I understand the comments about MCC's strength of schedule in our rankings, but they're beating teams as they should. So far, doing everything they need to prove their legitimacy.
I like Willie Tillman, but I'm going to just say this right now on air. If I had my vote to do over again last week, I'd have done it different. That's all I'll say. And I ain't talking about at the top of the polls.
Yeah.
But Alan, O'Galley's undefeated.
They beat University.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
We were there.
I know. And believe me, we're not making fun of O'Galley because they're playing the schedule. And that's not it at all. They play in the schedule that was set before them. And that was one of it's strength of schedule. You go back and look at the preview. That was one of the tougher strength of schedules to start the season. It was, percentage-wise, of wins.
4th down and 10 for Norland.
Offense we'll talk about it Sunday.
Offense stays on the field despite the timeout. It is Yapor in the shotgun for 4th and 10. Man coming in motion across the line. Yapor drops back to pass on 4th and 10. Rifling one, batted down by Coco. Intercepted off the bat. Coco running down the sideline. And that is only the 3rd interception. Flag comes in late. 3rd interception of the season for Coco. And it is number 17 for the Coco Tigers. Anthony Williams, the defensive end, with the pick off the bat. And Coco may have some life left.
Did he throw a flag in there?
Yeah, there was a flag at the end of the play.
Very end of the play.
Defensive tackle got his hand up and knocked that out, and defensive end did a heck of a job just reaching his arms out.
Yeah,
it kind of
sure
fell
did.
into his arms.
If he could have broken that last tackle, that could have been a 6. But now the offense needing to do their job. And it looks like the penalty's on Norland, so Coco's going to have really good starting field position here. I think they need to score in 3 plays.
3 plays.
I think you take a shot right here.
Well, I do too. I think you send Boggs on a post route, and and Teeter, send them both on a post.
If they can score quick here, game far from over, but you got to score. 1st down and 10, Coco at their own 46-yard line. And that empty drive last time still stinging in their minds, looking to avenge it here off the interception. On 4th down, first turnover of the night for Miami-Norland. 1st down and 10, Coco at their own 46. Hart brings the man in motion. It is a give. Trying to cut up field, nowhere to go, and I don't like the play call on 1st down of the jet sweep, and it goes nowhere with Chris Kelly and loss of yardage.
Logan, not only do I not like the play call, but right now the offensive line in the last 3 series has just been getting pushed around.
There was a tell on that play in the bunch, too. You had 2 guys on the line of scrimmage, so you knew that Teeter was covered. He wasn't able to go downfield for a pass. It's almost signifying it's certainly a run. But, yeah, I agree with you. The run game, especially the East-West run game, has not done you any favors.
These guys have way too much speed.
2nd down and 14, a lot of time bleeding off the clock. Hart play fakes, has time, steps up in the pocket. Hart rolling out left, nowhere to go. Hart pushing off, lets one fly, and nowhere near D.L. Hardison downfield, who has been held receptionless tonight. It will be at 3rd down and 14 for Coco, and Hart, not going to lie, just looked panicked in the pocket.
He did. The coachable moment here is he didn't step up, Logan.
No,
he had the pocket to step into and throw the football, and he didn't do it.
He floated to the left.
And Ryan Schneider will most certainly point that out to him.
It is 3rd down and 14, 4-down territory the rest of the way for Coco at their own 42-yard line after their defense gets a big turnover. Offense needing to score. Hart drops back, 3rd and 14. Pocket collapsing. He rolls out right. Hart stays on his feet, reversing field, needing to look upfield, sets his feet, batted down. An incomplete. Great play there to bat that one down by Adrian Farrow.
And the other thing, he's not getting any help at all. They just blew. 4 guys just ran right by the Tigers' offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, they brought that jailhouse blitz again, and they haven't been able to pick it up tonight. The O-line didn't do him any favors. I don't know that the receivers really did any favors either.
Yeah.
When he's rolling out like that on a screen,
you got to come back.
You got to come back to him, or you need to head to the sideline. He had, I think, with Tristan Lane wide open on the other side of the field, but he's not going to see you. You got to start cutting right across the field to get into his line of vision.
Coco's going to punt the football here, and that's a sign of defeat.
Yeah, that says, I think we're going to have to take this L.
Coach Franco absolutely losing it on the sideline there over some missed call, but it's not going to save him there.
He may be upset right now with the blocking.
Flag comes down the far side, rolls down inside the 20.
Or was it a call?
The 15. No, he was talking to the official.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. There was a flag down thrown immediately as that ball was snapped back at the line of scrimmage after a good punt by Trout.
He had quite an entertaining day last week. I love watching him on the sidelines, man. He puts his heart and soul into it.
It's going to be a false start on Coco. It will be declined. And Norland will take over inside their own 20, which sounds crazy, but that's where they want to be because that gives them the most yardage to burn the most clock. And
right.
At this point, I don't think Coco is going to try and stop the clock.
Nope. I don't see it.
If this holds, Coco will fall to 3-3 on the year. Norland will advance to 5-1.
Man, really makes life difficult on us, don't it?
Yeah. Looked like it was declined, but I think they're going to make him re-kick it. Unless that was a miss signal.
And I say that because I can't wait to read the comments next week.
Oh, we're going to have 200.
Oh, easy.
Either way.
And they're fun, and I enjoy them. I mean, you know what? People make a lot of phenomenal points.
Yeah.
I absolutely love reading these comments.
Hey, voice your opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Willing to hear it. Either way, though,
Snyder's
Coco
upset.
Yeah.
He better be careful.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Well, he's yelling at his coaching staff there.
Yeah.
It looked like they broke the huddle with 12. They had to trot.
Oh yeah, he's not going to be happy at all with that.
After having a procedural penalty on the last one.
Things just coming off the rails for the Tigers late in this one, already trailing by 20. I mean, this is going to be a complete second half shutout at this point on both sides. That's going to be a Coco timeout, their first of the second half, and one that they had no intention of taking. Still don't know why they're re-kicking it if it was declined, but maybe it was just a missed signal. I don't know. Yeah. But again, I mean, Coco at 3-3. Now going forward, they play Apopka, they play the Villages, they play Astronaut, and then the Barbecue Bowl versus Rockledge to close out the year. Apopka next week will be on Thursday night.
They're 2 touchdown favorites in all 4 games.
More than, yeah.
And more than that in some of them.
Yeah, I think Apopka is going to be a telling tale. If there's a game that they could drop in these next 4, would be
it would be the Apopka
or Rockledge, just because of the circumstances.
I don't think Rockledge. And listen, Rockledge is a good team, but I don't just, Norland put up 27. I don't know that Rockledge will do that. I think if Rockledge wins that Barbecue Bowl, you're looking at a 10-7, 9-6 game.
Yeah.
Something like that. And, I mean, I know, listen, I never thought I would see Coco score 7 points. And look, Rockledge is an improving young football team with 23 sophomores on the roster. But I don't think they're holding this offense to 7 points like Norland did.
Well, another procedural penalty and nothing going right for Coco right now. It's going to be 4th and a trip down to Miami. As this one nearly blocked, gets away by Trout. It is short, and it will take a Coco bounce. Now,
what is that score? Does anybody know what that score is against?
Mandarin was gaining on him.
Mandarin was up 18-7.
See, Mandarin's a top 25 team.
And we will see now Coco take back over offensively. Or no, Norland take back over.
Definitely make the Barbecue Bowl a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
In terms of the hype.
The people that are going to question the statement there is just because it's a rivalry game. And I've learned in my many years, just don't count anything out when it comes to a rivalry game.
Coco comes into that game 9-0 and rolling on all cylinders, but this is certainly not rolling on all cylinders.
No.
That game's here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
First down and 10. Norland at their own 32-yard line. In the shotgun, it is a handoff. Or they fake it, reverse to the far side. Flag comes in the near side, and that is Terrence Honeywood getting forced out of bounds. He did have a flag down.
I don't see. Yeah, I was going to say I don't.
I think they got the receiver for a hold on one of the secondary players. Just watching it on our screen over here. Which, all right.
We wait the call here on the flag. Would have been good for a gain of about 8 yards.
I don't think Torch is going to make the call here.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it looks like 5 yards against Norland, so it'll be less than that. It's more like 1st and 13 for Norland back at their own 29-yard line. Or back at the 20, it's going to be 1st and 12.
Paul Kellum, says when you play a schedule like Cocoa does week in and week out, it wears you down. No, I agree with that. But
they're going to throw the ball here over the middle. Caught down the sideline across the 50-yard line. A nice grab by Terrence Honeywood. First down, Norland.
But I agree with that. But listen, you know what? You make this schedule. The expectation's not 3-3.
No.
I don't, it's not, and it can't be 3-3 because the goal is to reach the Open next year, and that's to be amongst the 8 best teams in the state. And right now, Cocoa doesn't get there.
No. And I understand that statement as well, but it's also the fact that this team right now is playing without any energy. They're not putting up a fight in this football game.
Yeah.
The game versus Venice and IMG, even for a half against IMG, they were in that game. Venice, they were in it to the last second, but here they really weren't except for the opening drive.
And the wearing down part, I mean, we're look, they're 3-2 coming off a bye. I can't. Wearing down, no.
Handoff right up the middle to Omar Jeffries Jr.
You purposely make that schedule too.
Yeah, well, Coach Snyder wants it, and I love the fact that he wants the heat. But I also know when he makes that schedule, the expectation is to go 10-0.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Mainland game early was expected to be a tougher test. It wasn't, and that gives you, I guess, a false impression. But then, going into IMG, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't think I'm one of them, people that thought Cocoa could beat IMG, and now 3 weeks later, that is not what would be and they didn't win that game, but now they just don't look like they could score on it.
Well, I think the things that here's what I think, and I think the coaching staff. I mean, look, they got a good coaching staff, okay, and they're going to go back and look at this and hopefully tweak and fix whatever they can here. But I think when you go back to that Venice football game, there were some things that Venice did in that game that I'm sure Norland took a look at and said, well, you know what? We can do it too, Logan, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, that game was very telling on film on how you can exploit this defense, and I think we're seeing that. And you're going to get a personal foul in the secondary, just kind of in no man's land, nowhere near any of it, and that's
there has been
one too many times we've seen that tonight.
Yeah, a lot of undisciplined 15-yarders on Coco's defense tonight. And that's something you can fix, but haven't. Timeout on the field here late in the fourth quarter. Norland leads at 27-7, the same score we saw at halftime, as it has been all defense. Norland not pushing the ball downfield, understandably so, and Coco's offense has not been able to score since the opening drive of this football game. I got to look back. When do you think the last time Cocoa only put up 7 points was?
I'd have to go look, but
it's got to be a long time.
I mean, they put up, 14 against IMG, right?
I think so. They put up 51 against Venice.
I think they were more competitive against IMG than they have been tonight, though.
No, they were.
Tank White. I don't know if that penalty.
It wasn't on White. It was on the safety.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't think it was on Tank White, but he has 3 penalties tonight.
At
all
least
15.
Yeah.
It'll be first down and 10. Norland at the Cocoa 26-yard line as this clock continues to roll in their favor as the Vikings lead the Cocoa Tigers 27-7 late in this football game. First down and 10 for Norland in the shotgun again. It is Enio Yapor, who has looked very good tonight. His only turnover coming off a tip drill interception by Coco on the last drive. They will pass. Yapor hit as he throws. That ball is intercepted again by Coco. Second turnover in a row for Yapor. And that ball is picked off by DJ Bryant. And I got to give credit to the Coco defense. They have made improvements here in the second half.
And they haven't quit.
No, but the offense, don't think they have enough time to put up 20 points.
That's a good stop right there, Logan.
That was good pressure by Cameron Barlow, too. I mean, if it wasn't the interception, it was going to be a sack. And
Yep.
That was a great interception by Bryant, diving and laying out to get that ball, keeping both arms under it to keep it off the ground. Coco's defense not giving up. Offense here. Got to turn something out of this drive. First down and 10. Coco at their own 14.
Unfortunately, I do think it's too little too late. But I mean,
and they're just going to run the ball right up the middle. Tristan Lane gets across the 15-yard line. Ball comes free.
They said he was down.
And Norland recovers it on the very next play. Coco gives it right back to Norland inside the red zone. That is Coco's fourth turnover of the game. And Tristan Lane just coughs it up. Adam Franco.
Not happy.
Absolutely livid. And it's going to be first down, Norland at the Coco 20-yard line. And I got to say, that just feels like a slap in the face to the defense.
Yeah.
They're going out and making plays. I got to admit, the second half, they've let up 0 on the board, picked up 2 turnovers, forced a lot of punts. But the offense just has done nothing.
To get a penalty as well. And they're heated. They think he was down, but okay, maybe he was, but you can't put it into the ref's hands there. When you go down, hold on to the ball.
Well, this is how you're not going to fix 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and that's to have them on your coaching staff.
You're absolutely correct.
That's to have them on your coaching staff, and so you can't ask a player to continuously not do these things if
you do the same.
If you're doing the same.
Still scrolling, by the way. The last time Coco scored less than 14 was against Rockledge in 2018. Still going to trying to find
7 points.
7 or less. Might take me all night. They scored 10 against Jacksonville Reigns as well in 2017.
And there's Warren trolling McKee. Warren with the old rankings comment, but I guess we'll never know, Will, because O'Galley and Coco don't play.
So the last time Coco scored 7 points or less was on September 11th of 2015 against the IMG Academy, in which they lost 49-7.
Wow.
So there you go. First down and 10. Norland at the Coco 20-yard line. Yapor with the toss to the outside on the option. Getting to the edge is Nathaniel Rosario.
I keep looking at leaning over, looking at the clock, and I keep forgetting it's not on.
No.
It is third down and short for Norland at the Coco 13. I think it should be second down.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Second down and 3 for Norland. Under center, handoff up the middle. No, it's a keeper. He pulls to the outside. Flag comes in. It is a touchdown run for Enio Yapor. Would have been his 4th of the game, but a flag comes in.
Are you going to call a hold here?
Yeah.
Yes, they will. That negates his 3rd touchdown run of the game. But Yapor just walked in untouched at that point. But
that's a heck of a fake, man.
That's that veer again. I mean,
well, especially under center.
Yeah.
You're especially expecting a direct handoff there. There is the hold. Going to bring up second down and only drops him back 2 yards. Second down and 5 for Norland at the Coco 15.
We saw Booker T earlier tonight getting beat by Vero Beach, right? What was the team we talked about earlier in 2A?
Bishop Verot.
They're not beating Coco. Their quarterback graduated, right? He went to Michigan, I believe.
I think so. Handoff up the middle here for Norland. I think he's going to get the first down and put him inside the 10. And I understand that talent-wise, I think Coco can beat anyone in 2A, but right now they're not trending in a positive direction. And that's what scares me is by the time we get to the playoffs.
You could be upset.
Yeah, I mean, because What I'm worried about right now is from the jump of this football game, except of drive number 1, there's been no drive. There hasn't been energy. They haven't seemed like they've acknowledged that they were in this football game, even when it was a tie ball game.
Yeah.
And that's what nerves me, because they're getting from the Venice performance in which they should have beat a team that is currently FHSAA number 1 to a game like this where they didn't hang in this game for more than 5 minutes. That's what scares me. Not talent. I don't worry about talent. It's about the fact that a team in 2A in the playoffs is going to want it more. Flags come in on a touchdown run there. But when you get to that playoffs, every single team, if they play like this, will want it more than you. And with that target on your back, someone can easily go out, and if you're not careful, regardless of talent, topple this team.
Let's say Cocoa wins out, too, which they could do. And you finish 9-3.
They should do.
They should do.
You're a team in the playoffs in 2A. You've got 3 sample sizes of tape that show how to beat this Cocoa team.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, too. You're 7-3. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantees you're going to be playing at home.
No, there's none.
No. I expect them to win this district. It's them, the Villages Charter, and Astronaut. No disrespect to the other 2 programs, but I don't think there's question there right now. We're not at that state yet.
Right. They're going to be district champs.
Yeah.
Okay?
But that's not a top seed.
No.
It is now first down and goal. Norland hands off to the outside after back-to-back penalties. A big hit on the outside on the run by Omar Jeffries Jr., and I am confused why Norland still has starters in the football game at this point, at least offensively.
And this is starting. Yeah, like you said, it's starting to get chippy, and
can't have injuries here if you're Norland. You're about to be 5-1, and a team poised to make things. I mean, their only loss is Chaminade Madonna by 25.
yeah.
Okay, well,
you can forgive that.
But yeah,
much,
that's
much
what I'm
like
saying.
we said
but
about
you come
IMG.
in here to Cocoa tonight and win,
yeah.
right? Cocoa will not be a top 15 state ranked team.
No, and after this week, now I'm not talking about our rankings, but I will tell you this: O'Galley will be ranked above them in max stretch
there's
and
no doubt.
FHSAA.
Yep.
Run up the field, touchdown. Norland, number 27, gets his first of the night. Omar Jeffries Jr. puts a cap on this game with his first touchdown of the night, and Cocoa's defense finally gives in the second half and gives up the second half shutout with a touchdown run by Jeffries.
33-7.
Yeah.
This is something, the last time I saw Cocoa get beat this bad here, they had a running clock put on them against Cardinal Gibbons in the playoffs in 2020. And the reason that happened was because Cocoa had to stay in county all year and play Brevard County teams. And when it came time to go play teams who had stacked rosters because of COVID down south, Cocoa didn't stand a chance.
I was at that game, too.
Yeah.
I was sitting right over there.
Yeah. Cardinal Gibbons came in here and just
blew the doors off.
They sure did.
As extra point unit out again, Cocoa brings a blitz. It looks like it was tipped or just wide left. Extra point is no good. And if I'm trying to be nitpicky, kicking unit has been the lone weakness of Norland tonight, but at this point it doesn't really matter.
No.
Because they lead now 33-7.
And I don't expect to see Brady Hart back in there. At least I wouldn't put Brady Hart back in there.
No. I don't know what you gain by it.
That would be Troy Silberzon would be next up. And time inevitably running thin in this one. No scoreboard, or no time on the scoreboard tonight with the broken scoreboards. I don't know how much time is left, but I can't imagine it is more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't know what the time is because the scoreboard has been broken all night, as Jackson said.
It's just unfortunate, too, because I got the chance to go down to the field, talk to coaches, players, spectators, faithful, and there was a lot of optimism going into this game after a bye week, after what they gathered in practice. I had optimism for this game. I thought Cocoa would win this football game. I didn't think their offense could be stopped. I made that clear. I think we both made that clear all year. We didn't do a preview show, but I would have told you that, and I would be completely wrong because Norland has came out from drive 2. I won't say drive 1 because Cocoa did their thing in drive 1, but drive 2 on, it's been
here's the thing they did tonight, too, Logan, and I want to get your take on this. They pretty much conceded the fact they weren't going to stop Boggs, but they stopped everybody else.
And
they knew Hart would only throw to Boggs.
Yeah,
exactly. In doing so, you can't go to him every single play. And there were opportunities to distribute.
Teeter was wide open. You called it for a touchdown.
Pillow's been open too. Return here, trying to get to the outside. Nowhere to run for That is number 25, Javion Scott, the freshman. So
it's a good week with a game coming up on Thursday. Look, it's a short week, so the Tigers are going to have a really good opportunity to forget about this one in a hurry because they're going to go play Apopka on Thursday at Apopka.
Yeah, short week.
Yeah, the Blue Darters are always tough.
Yeah, I mean, if you play with no energy, that is a team, and one of those teams I talk about that will be energetic, fired up to win that football game. If you are not careful and if you are not even playing at a relevant level, that is a losable football game.
And it is Brady Hart.
Interesting.
It would be, I would imagine, probably see some runs here.
Malachi Coney in the backfield, first down and 10. Cocoa at their own 20. Hart turns, gives to Malachi Coney. Coney trying to get to the outside. He will fall forward for a gain of a yard or 2. That'll bring up second down and about 8 for Cocoa. Clock continues to wind out on their hopes in this one. As Cocoa will fall to 3-3. New Orleans going to be 5-1. It's a very good football team in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
And I think they were underrated at 18.
Yeah.
Highly underrated. This defense especially.
Those two ends tonight, Logan, have been unbelievable.
Oh, man, they've been great. It looks like they're out of the ball game at this point, which rightfully so. But
twin brothers,
man,
yeah.
They've been wreaking havoc. This defense has been incredibly fun to watch. I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is
what did you like tonight that they did? And I know we've talked about it, but for those just joining, somebody wants to know, well, how could Cocoa only score 7 points tonight? Go ahead, Logan.
It's well coached, and the players understand the scheme. And what that means is you're able to do some tricky things. We've seen disguised coverages for a good portion of this game where they're showing one coverage and really at the snap they're dropping into a completely different coverage. It's high school football, and I'm a firm believer. I don't care how good, Hart's a good quarterback, but I've always been a firm believer. I don't have to outcoach the guy on the other sideline. I got to outcoach the 16-year-old kid that's lined up there. And if you go out there and show him stuff that he's not used to seeing, and you're not going to be used to seeing disguised coverages in a high school secondary.
Not disguising them.
No. And when you have the defense that's capable of doing that, he's going to get rattled, and that's exactly what we saw tonight.
Yep.
First down, Cocoa off of an offsides there after a questionable incomplete pass call, but
well said.
It is what it is. First down and 10, Cocoa at their own 34. First down and 10. Hart turns, gives up the middle, breaking free. First down and more, right up the middle of the field, across the 50 goes Malachi Coney.
Somebody just said, does anybody know about Cocoa is good because they only dropped in classification? Well, if it were up to Cocoa, they wouldn't play anybody in 2A. Yeah. Look at their schedule this year. And
I want to see Cocoa the next 4 games against some lesser competition change up this offensive makeup before they make the playoffs. I want to see them run the football more. I want to see them set up some more run blocking packages. This is a team 3 years ago in which I think they have more talent today, but that team with O.J. Ross, Shamaria Robinson, and all those guys, when they could run the football effectively, that offense was extremely hard to stop as well. They have talent. Tristan Lane's a good back. Malachi Coney's a solid back. I want to see them these next 4 games try to experiment, because in games like the Villages, Astronaut, games like that, you're going to go in there and win the game. You need to try to see something new.
Coach, I'm going to Coach Logan here. I'm going to say this too, and I'm not going to mention any names. There's a couple guys on this team that do some soul searching too.
I would agree with that,
and I think that that's a great run.
Big run up the middle again. Malachi Coney breaking tackles across the 20, and a solid run, Malachi Coney.
I think there's some guys on this football team that need to take a look in the mirror and ask if they're doing the things that are helping their football team, not just for 48 minutes, but every day at practice. Are you playing Cocoa Tiger football? It's a standard, right?
There is a standard.
And so there are a few guys, and we've seen them tonight, that probably need to, ask themselves that question.
Yeah, are you playing ball to make yourself better, or are you playing ball to make your team better? And if it's not the latter, then you need to reflect on why it's not.
That run goes backwards. Second down, Cocoa in the red zone for only the 3rd time tonight here in garbage time. Their last 2 trips had a touchdown in the opening drive and a blocked field goal attempt that actually ended outside the red zone last
This
time.
is a moment where, you listen to, you take a look at guys like James Folston and Coach Bud. Obviously Coach Snyder, Diesel, and Williams, they're going to do their thing. They're going to fix this, right? But the heart and soul of the program.
And that's going to be a Latrison Lane touchdown from 20 yards out as Cocoa gets their first score on the board since the opening drive of the game. And, congrats to Latrison Lane for running that one in. But, again, in garbage time, just erasing the second half shutout there. And they get another one on the board. And
you talk to guys like James Folston, been part of this program for decades, Coach Bud, and so many others, there may be some, coming to Jesus. And listen, people are going to say, and this is the thing that's going to drive me nuts, Coco's going to be fine. Look at that schedule. Again, I can't reiterate enough, that schedule wasn't put in place to lose these 3 football games. It was not. There are no moral victories, especially in this one tonight.
No, even IMG, you don't put that on the schedule to take Solis in a loss. That was a game they expected to win. Venice was sure at Fire a game they expected to win. This one was a game they were expected to win. And that's where all year we held them to a standard of Cocoa and all this, but these are games that if any other team maybe loses to Norland, so what? If Cocoa loses to Norland, it is something that's a bad sign.
Right.
Norland's a good football team. I'm not degrading that, but this is a game Cocoa expects to win.
At home,
win, should
off
win.
a bye week. Yeah, I hear you.
And they could have.
Yeah.
They could have won this game.
And the thing is, too, this year, I think for Cocoa, this is the highest their expectations maybe have ever been. There's always the expectation to win a state title, but there was more on the line. This was a top 15 team nationally, a top 5 team in the state of Florida, top 3 team in the state of Florida at one point. So you got to be able to handle those expectations as well and maybe come back home, get grounded here, and realize, we are 3-3 now. There isn't a defining win so far on our schedule. If you're Cocoa, you need to, stay humble is the word I'm looking for, and realize that every game from here on out, don't count it as an easy win. I don't care if it's Astronaut, Rockledge, or a state championship. There is no easy wins left if you're Cocoa in your mindset.
Right.
You need to go out and treat every game like a 50-50 regardless and try and get better every game. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of your competition, you need to build every game. And I know you may not learn much in a blowout win, but you need to try some things and see what you can develop.
They didn't walk on this field tonight. Miami-Norland lay down and say that's the Cocoa Tigers. Miami-Norland cared less.
Yeah, no.
And that it's different in the 305.
It is, but that's where Cocoa needs.
Yeah, but you got to know, if you're Cocoa, you're coming off back-to-back state titles. You schedule, you're getting this is every team's Super Bowl.
This is every smoke, right?
Yeah,
you got the target on your back.
Exactly. So you got to go out there and play like it. And I don't see the edge that this team played with the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's you need to intimidate these big teams when they come up here. You need to make a statement that, hey, we beat so-and-so. Let's say we beat Venice. Now you got to fear us. At this point, even for Apopka going forward, there's nobody we beat so-and-so. That's why I've been saying it. They still don't have that statement win. Mainland was supposed to be that, and now at 1-5 and outside the top 100, that's not a statement. Their best win by ranking is Titusville. And no disrespect to Titusville, but if you're going to be a top 10 state-ranked team, that's not a statement victory.
Right.
And that was week 1.
Yep.
As it looks like victory formation now for Norland. And they're going to walk out of Richard Dick Blake Stadium with a 19-point victory tonight. As we await the clock to run out. Can't see the clock, but it looks like victory formation here for the Norland Vikings. And from start to finish, it was all Norland all night. And they are going to pick up a 33-14 win on the road here at Cocoa. And the Norland Vikings are 5-1, and the Cocoa Tigers are 3-3 with a date with Apopka next Thursday night.
All right, we'll log off here. We want to thank all of our fantastic, and we want to thank you. You all joined us in droves tonight, and we certainly appreciate that. We want to thank Gamerz RS. We want to thank Tales at the Barkery and Natwick Insurance and Zone 6, 7v7 Reapers and Orange Pest Control, and all of you out there that make Brevard Sports Network able to do this each and every Friday night. For Jackson Robb, for Logan Pettit, I am Alan Slaughter-Zinski. Once again, your final score, Miami-Norland 33, the Cocoa Tigers 14.